it's recording. Okay. Now, kalau di penjara, contohnya walaupun kita pergi untuk membuat sesi mengurangkan keagresifan, kita kena pilih kelompok. Contohnya kelompok dia two different group, sentenced and remanded. Remanded ni yang purple color. Sentenced ni telah dijatuhkan hukuman. Okay, so selalunya kita dibagi klien daripada sentence. Remand ni dia belum bersedia untuk menghadiri sesi kaunseling sebab remand ni mempunyai ego yang tinggi. Dia masih belum diputuskan bahawa dia itu salah atau tidak. Dia masih mengaku saya tidak bersalah, sebab tu remand case dia masih berjalan. Once diputuskan dan ditukar kepada jatuh hukum yang pakai baju putih itu, ego dia akan turun sikit, dan kita bawa dia pergi counselling. Okay, so kita kena tahu di Malaysia ni dia dah tetap kan grup dan apa yang kita nak discusskan. Contohnya rape survivors group tu memang dah ada kita pergi. So dekat sana kita tidak akan mendapat cabaran dari segi isu apa yang nak dibincangkan. Okay. Contohnya kita pergi alcohol peers group. Kat sana semuanya adalah bekas alkohol atau orang yang macam ke counselling bagaimana saya dapat kurangkan ketagihan, atau perokok, bekas perokok atau orang yang sedang menghisap rokok and they come for a session that how to reduce dia punya smoking habit. So kat sini it's not so much of problem finding a targeted group lah. However, kalau kita ada orang approach kita, bagaimana kita nak cari the targeted group? Normally what I'll do is, you know, every clinic bila kita pergi dia bagi satu card to fill up nama, IC, semua-semua tu kan, ada allergic atau tidak. So what I'll do is I'll create a registration form. Dalam tu saya akan tambah aktiviti yang dia suka, aktiviti yang dia tak suka ke, atau makanan kegemaran ke, makanan yang tidak disuka, and tentang perkara yang hendak dibincangkan. I don't want to put issue actually, perkara yang hendak dibincangkan. So that going to be kind of little informasi untuk saya to group up, kumpulkan orang yang ingin bincangkan perkara yang sama. Saya akan tengok registration tu bila okay, come let's talk. That is kind of interview pertama. Then I'll tell her, we will see, I will call, how urgent is your feeling that you want to discuss. Kalau very urgent, I suggest you to come for individual counselling. Kalau dia kata no, it's okay, it can take time, then kita boleh bagi tahu, I'm not sure, it might take 1 or 2 months until we find the same category of group people. Itu pun dari segi perkara je saya cakap. Tapi sekarang bila dia kata isu alkohol, kita kena cari kumpulan juga, sebab mungkin dia tak selesa dengan jantina yang berlainan. Jadi kita kena tunggu kalau perempuan-perempuan, laki-laki. Itu pun di Malaysia tambah sikit lagi kriteria, adakah they okay with different religion. If they want only between Muslim or only between Indian or Buddhism and so on, then kita kena tunggulah sampai at least minimum we need to have 3 in that group. Okay. So these are the matlamats. Okay. Beside that, we need to create empathy dalam group itu supaya bila dah form group, okay, bila group tengah jalan, kita dah tahu matlamat dan objektif. Kadang-kadang group ni seperti mana yang saya kata, dia ada masing-masing ada karakter masing-masing. Ada orang tu cepat, ada orang tu lembab. Pasal ada orang tu dia macam selfish. Anything they do, okay, I want to, dia nak save themselves. Ada orang pula dia suka mengambil risiko yang sangat tinggi. So in that way, what we can do is kita kena create that situasi atau feeling empathy dalam kelompok itu supaya kelompok itu sedar, this is my family. I need to have sekurang-kurangnya sehingga kelompok ni berakhir, I need to have that sense of belonging. Saya perlu ada empathy di antara satu sama lain. Like contohnya Mr. Thiessen tadi kata, oh saya seorang aja bercakap. Anyway, I want to know what is the group is saying about this. Well, that shows the empathy actually. Okay, all of us has the skill. Cuma kita tak tahu apa the real brand of the skill. And the way that session was conducted tadi, kita boleh kata boleh masukkan dalam teori REBT. When I keep asking what do you think, it can be under rationalization kalau teori REBT lah. Kalau teori tingkah laku, we also can say that maybe I'm using like a tingkah laku Watson when I say that okay, assessment ini bila anda buat this ada risiko, this is how much of apa orang kata risiko-risiko yang anda akan menghadapi dan apa tambahan masa yang anda perlu taburkan untuk complete this assignment. Compared to kalau kita ambil benda lain, mungkin anda mendengar, melihat, tapi you won't get the pengalaman untuk practice. So that is come under Watson, the reward and punishment. Okay, actually apa yang kita buat ni, how to say kalau nak pergi backward, apa yang kita buat ni memang dah ada dalam teori tu. Tak semesti your worries now kita baca teori macam mana nak implement. No, whatever you are implementing, you try to fit into the theory, then you look very clearly in a back way lah. Tapi it's not ethically it's not right. But let me tell you, the theory was found after seeing all the behaviors. Nak tanya, behavior datang dulu, teori datang dulu, bagi saya behavior datang dulu. Orang tengok semua-semua tu baru dinamakan satu teori. Bukan teori datang dulu, kita ikut behavior itu. No, I disagree with that. Contohnya, orang kata dunia datang dulu ke manusia datang dulu? Excuse me. If kita nak kata manusia datang dulu, then where was the dunia? Kan, actually the dunia came first. So the behavior is the dunia. After that, only people comes in and started to have names. So the theories are the names, okay, after seeing the behavior. So do not get so worked up. Macam mana saya nak guna banyak teori ni? Macam mana saya nak guna teori? And macam mana saya nak guna teori? No worries. Go be with me. I'll take you peringkat demi peringkat. Don't get worried unnecessarily. Bila unnecessary itu yang tak faham. Itu satu. Kedua, okay, bila dalam teori ni, teori itu semua sama je. If you see, cuma dia rebrand. Macam sardine. The fresh good brand that we have is yang brand ayam tu. After that, to reduce this and that, mungkin orang ada financial problem, dia ada sardine brand macam-macam. But komponen yang sama saja, benda tu dalam tu sardine aja pun. Okay? This is what happened to theory. Excuse me. Actually, the first philosopher teori ini adalah teori psychoanalysis from Sigmund Freud. So Sigmund Freud ni berasal daripada Germany, and in Germany till today they use mother tongue and the language to spread their knowledge is Germany punya language. Okay, therefore Sigmund Freud found out that mungkin dia tidak dapat mengembangkan ideologinya. He traveled, beliau merantau ke US, then he tried to introduce in English because English became the international native and most of the people can understand. He want people to know and recognize what he's trying to say. So dalam konteks tu, Sigmund Freud mempunyai banyak anak murid. Semua yang Carl Rogers, Gessock, semua tu adalah anak murid Sigmund Freud. So bila belajar di bawah Sigmund Freud, anak murid dia found out, oh ada kekurangan ini, ada kelebihan ini. Okay, they came out with different theory dengan menukar sedikit aja konsep tu. Jadi don't see the theories are totally different. It's all the same, but little changes in the course. Contohnya kalau guest talk, they talk here and now with empty chair. Empty chair ini sama juga dalam REBT dia ada mirroring, even dalam psychoanalysis pun ada mirroring. Mirroring maksudnya salah satu teknik yang macam kita tengok dekat cermin, kita bercakap tentang kita bercakap dengan diri kita. So empty chair pun macam tu. Cuma guest talk dia kata kita bayangkan apa orang yang kita tak suka atau orang yang kita nak convey tu dekat chair, duduk dekat chair tu kita luahkan. Itu guest talk. Mirroring dia kata tengok dekat cermin tu, tengok pada diri kita, kita meluahkan. But the concept is still there. Cuma teknik dia sikit tu saja yang different. So you need to understand the entire thing of that theory. Dan jangan ingat teori tu susah. Whenever you say susah, that's how you get confused. It is not susah, alright? Now, what is perbezaan di antara kelompok and individu? Very simple. Kelompok lagi ramai, individu bilangan dia counselor klien sahaja. Okay. Selain daripada itu, macam counselling kelompok dari segi masa, kelompok minimum 1 jam 30 minit, individu minimum 45 minit, maksimum 1 jam. Maksimum for kelompok boleh jadi 2 jam plus 2 jam setengah. I have done for 2 jam setengah. Tengok komponen mana, situasi mana. Sebab kalau dekat penjara, okay, I'll say my session is 2 o'clock. Normally they won't give you 2 o'clock because 1 to 2 is lunch hours. Okay, the session is like 3 o'clock. So what they'll do is the transmission. Oh, the session is 2:30. Transmission from penghuni penjara daripada sel dia keluar dia punya gate and dia punya checking post semua tu, dia akan ada selalunya minimum 3 post, and sampai ke tempat kita depa dah sweating lah semua tu, dia kena report. So bila dia tulis dalam buku setiap station tu where they are going for, tujuan apa, dia akan tulis tujuan counselling. If we going to say the counselling start at let's say 2:30, then dia takkan tally dengan buku check post tu. So dalam laporan kita we will say still the session start at 2, but 2:30 is the transmission of the client. And 2:30 up to like let's say 2:45, kita bagi kita kata the ice breaking for the client to cool down, sebab dia bergerak hot sun ke tempat tu for 30 minutes. They might have like berdahaga ke, berpeluh ke, kita nak redakan. Then the core business start from 2:45 until 1 hour 30 minutes, and we take like another like a 15 to 20 minutes transition from counselling place to dia punya cell, all together going to be 2 hours 30 minutes. That's how we need to justify. Tapi the core business tu, perbincangan counselling itu 1 jam 30 minit solid. Even dalam medical, kalau nak bawa klien ke let's say lah tempat counselling, the transmission period, we can write that okay, klien pesakit bergerak daripada situasi room A to room B, let's say mengambil masa 30 minit. Okay, all that we need to write down, yeah. Then selain daripada masa, okay, in a group, group counselling dia ada pembantu co-facilitator, tapi individu dia tak ada co-facilitator. Okay, fungsi pun ada peranan sikit. Kalau counselling kelompok, as I told you, we can throw back to the group and group can discuss back about the issues that they wanted to discuss. Whereas in counselling individu, counselor don't have options. We are the only hand that can help our client. Okay, what else? Okay. Kalau kelompok, it's easy to create macam suasana yang selesa, penuh dengan kepercayaan. Whereas individu, dia macam mudah bina suasana tersebut. Okay, pembinaan suasana tersebut mudah, tapi ada kepercayaan. Okay, orang ni boleh percaya atau tidak, boleh percaya atau tidak, boleh percaya atau tidak. Okay, again, dia boleh jadi the other way around also. Kalau kelompok, kita boleh measure dia punya kepercayaan sebab ramai orang. Kita takut apa yang kita share tu tidak disimpan. Mungkin dalam grup tu 6 orang, okay, I can take risiko. Saya boleh kata jangan bagi tahu saya kata tau. Sumpah tau. Sebab kita susah nak percaya siapa yang convey the messages. Sebab 6 orang. Kalau individu di antara counselor dengan klien saja, so kita dah syak. Bolehlah syak siapa sebenarnya yang membocorkan rahsia tersebut. Okay. Kalau kelompok selain daripada kepercayaan, the life sharing knowledge tu, we have a few people can help each other to share. Padahal dalam individu, only the client need to talk. Tak nak dia kena share. Kalau most of the thing dia kata, I'm not ready, I'm not comfortable, want to share, then why did she or he come for the session? So kita dah boleh terminate the session, Okay, what is the benefit of group session and individual session? Kalau individu, whatever decision, whatever problem that they have, we can discuss. Whereas if kelompok, we need to look into the entire group punya isu yang perkara yang hendak dibincangkan. And then we also need to create a room for everybody in the group compared to in individual session. It's just like one person, okay, you can, I can, okay, jalan. Tapi kalau kelompok 6 orang tu kita kena continue 6 orang tu dia ingat apa, what is dia punya expectation, okay? Risiko, kalau kelompok dia lebih kepada ahli dia berani mengambil risiko, okay? And individu pula depends on client. Dia seorang, adakah dia nak mengambil risiko itu? Some clients they say I'll take it. Some clients say no, I don't want to take the risk. These are the kebaikan keburukan of group and individual. Okay, if you ask me, I love to do group session, tapi saya tak suka jadi client dalam group. Two different things here, Kalau saya facilitator, I love group session. Kalau saya dijadikan client, I don't like to sit in the group because I don't trust most of the people. Saya mempunyai pengalaman di mana orang suka bocorkan rahsia. Orang ambil cerita daripada saya, lepas tu dia pergi share. Itulah kumpulan yang pernah saya berhadapan dan pengalaman. Therefore, kepercayaan saya kepada orang adalah sangat minima. Okay, mengikut pengalaman saya. Now, kekurangan di sini.
Doctor?
Yes, sir.
One question. Just out of curiosity, you've been doing so much of group counseling. I mean, gender-wise, ladies prefer individual or group counseling, and also men. Do they prefer more individual or group counseling?
But so far, sir, because the group that sent to me is kumpulan rujukan. As I told you, in Malaysia, they already state the group. Jadi tak ada yang sudi keluar actually.
Okay.
Jadi dalam konteks tu nak kata perempuan suka ke lelaki suka, tak ada. Kecuali saya ada terminate dalam my 20 years experience, saya terminate 2 orang sahaja dalam group, dan 4 session dia duduk pasif, dia tak keluar apa. Saya kata, second session saya dah notice, saya dah bagi arahan. Memang dalam peraturan tu kita tulis, jika tiada sharing, tidak menghormati kumpulan, kita akan mengeluarkan ahli tersebut. Kita dah cakap. Jadi kita dah bagi dia warning sesi ketiga. If next session you are also, kita dah bagi option. If you think you can't, I'm not sure what is your problem. If you think group is not suitable, you can meet me individual. Saya call dia individual juga, tapi dia tak nak bercakap. So most of the time, this correctional setting ni, orang dia macam dia nak lari daripada aktiviti under hot sun, so dia datang counselling. Dia datang counselling ni bukan dia nak bincangkan sesuatu, tapi just nak lari daripada aktiviti-aktiviti yang hardcore tu. Itu yang dia datang duduk, dia jadi very passive. We don't want passive sebab yang lain mengeluarkan pendapat, mengeluarkan tenaga, membuat aktiviti yang kita berikan. Bila satu orang ni tak buat, dia tak adil bagi yang lain. Yang lain dah mula gosip. Kenapa dia tu tak buat kerja, kita aja. So in that manner, saya kata next session if we find that you are not, not satisfied, we might eject you from the group. Kita bagi tahu kepada the pengawal also, and the group also agree. Okay, we agree with the rules and regulations. So kami keluarkan. Fourth session pun dia diam, jadi pasif. Yang aktif tu okey lagi, kalau tuan-tuan dan puan-puan tanya saya. Tapi pasif ni lagi payah. Feel like nak goyang badan dia, nak gerakkan dia punya muka, kata, "Stop, can you please just talk to me?" Macam tu. Resistant ni punya resistant dia, macam mana kita cakap pun sama je. Muka dia macam ni. I want on the camera lah. Let it see.
Doctor, is it because it's a failure in our selection process? We took somebody who may need individual counseling, but we put him in the group counseling and he's not responding.
But we already offer him the individual counseling. He doesn't want what?
Yeah, okay. Sorry, come back to this one question again. He doesn't want because maybe he doesn't know the plus and minus. But we as a counselors or facilitators, we should know based on the profile of the person whether it's suitable or not suitable for individual group counseling. Correct me, doctor.
Okay. Yeah, but there are things that kita boleh buat. Itu adalah option. In my experience, that tu memang saya panggil secara individu, talk to them. Masa saya panggil dekat individu, talk to them, passive. You know, macam ni aja muka dia.
Okay.
1 jam 30 minit group pun macam tu. Individu pun macam tu. And I've tried my level best. End of the day, I found that, okay, I give up. And whenever give up tu tak semestinya session kita tu gagal. Give up di sini maksudnya klien sendiri tidak mahu mengikuti session tersebut. Always remember, whatever treatment that we are giving, bukan treatment itu gagal. Treatment itu mungkin tidak sesuai untuk satu masa yang singkat. Maybe it's helpful in a long term. We can see the significant in the long term. Atau itu adalah keputusan klien sendiri untuk reject whatever we are giving.
Okay. Sorry, doctor. Second question. I don't know whether it's upfront I'm asking the question or not. Maybe during the discussion we get more. How do you evaluate the success of a group? I understand that normally we don't get 100% success all the time.
Right.
But how do you actually evaluate that you achieve your goal objective 100% with all the homework assignment given?
Okay. Towards the end of the group tu, kita akan tanya pendapat mereka. That is qualitative manner lah. What do you feel, how you think, and etc. Kalau quantitative, researcher, they'll measure the aggression level through. Kalau kita nak tengok aggressive, we use Bus and Berry questionnaire. Kalau kita nak measure depression, kita use BDI, all those stuff. Itu more to academic matter. But just to see whether the group had been succeeding or not. Contohnya yang alkohol tu. Kalau dulu dia kata dia hisap rokok 2 kotak, towards the end of the session they say they reduced to 1.5 kotak. That is a success of what we have done. Even sikit, dia kurang 1 batang pun, yes. But they might take a longer time. Mark my word, when I was doing session for domestic violent cases, one of my saya dilabelkan oleh my seniors bahawa saya suka patch back dengan suami. Then I was asking them, adakah WAO ini bertujuan untuk menceraikan ataupun memisahkan di antara suami isteri? Then they were like, no, we found all your clients is going back to their husband. If my client is going back to their husband, it's their choice, not my choice.
Correct.
I given the platform for them. This, what do you think? Okay, my clients want to go. They say they want to give first try because this is the first time me coming out from the house. Saya saja nak macam bagi husband saya trauma. Saja nak takut-takutkan husband saya. So I want to here for 1 or 2 weeks so I can gain the motivation and everything. I want to go back. So I said it's up to the client. Itu adalah keputusan client. And secondly, there are some clients who like macam sangat sangat takut, you know. Even husband dia tak ada dekat sana pun bercakap dengan saya tangan gigil. And after the session and she resettled down, and a lot of my seniors and my peers said that it was a very unsuccessful story, I mean case. But then when after I came here, we still keep in touch. Even during EWRF, I think Cecilia, I brought in Shanti as one of the sample of the case. She took 7 years to gain that guts to face her husband, and now she's staying the same row, same taman with her husband separately. They are not separated legally, I think, I'm not mistaken. But before this, like husband dia di benua lain pun tangan dia shivering. So I found that it depends on the client. It's a matter of time. So kalau nak ukur sukses tu, kalau kita sendiri kata 8 sesi kita dah tengok sukses, I don't really agree. We had given the treatment, mungkin the client will take some time to come up with the success rate. So let's have the positive vibration towards the treatment and our client, and always follow up, motivate them. Bila saya dah datang sini pun, I will call her and say how are you, you know. Lately macam for past 3-4 years saya tak call, and suddenly when I call her, she say, "Hiyo sister, you forgot me already. Why there is no call from you?" Now the kids are grown up and she's busy with some cooking and also some factory work. She's going to a factory and just to get some ends meet money and all those stuff. And she find that she fulfill dia punya masa tu. Kalau dulu banyak masa terluang, macam-macam dia fikir. Itu yang membuatkan dia a lot of like energies thrown up negatively. Ada orang sini tau, ada orang tengok saya syak, always like that. Dia punya muka tu macam tu je. And curious of some negative vibration dengan keadaan takut. When all the masa dia di-fulfill dengan aktiviti-aktiviti tertentu, now she's like, she said, sister, now I'm staying the same room with my husband, same taman. I said, good. So, and I should thank Cecilia for that session. Just want to share this. I don't want to share who is that. During the session, I saw the name. That name is my mentor, my senior dulu yang banyak kutuk saya when saya bekerja di that situation. And this client also know the person, and after the Cecilia's punya talk too, the client called and she said, "Hey, the A was there, you saw?" I say, "I saw." "You think she's the one?" "Yes, because I saw the nick." Because this person, she used the nick to, memang that's a nick lah. Contohnya, if I'm using Chettiar behind, that's my nick. So the Indian has the nick, and this is the person. So then by the moment I said, I did say this in the session, in Cecilia's session, I said, a lot of people, my seniors, my mentor and supervisor before criticized me for, you know, my clients are not independent and they're going back to their husband. I did say this. Cecilia can comment if I'm wrong. Kalau saya tipu, I did say this. And now I think Shanti had developed her lifestyle, and she's the most independent client that we have compared to my other peers. And by the moment I said that Nick left the meeting room, so then we found that, oh, this is the person was there. God has given me an opportunity to give back those people who criticized my session 10 years ago. That's why I say it's all matter of time. All we need to do is just trust in what we're doing and sabar. Itu saja. Okay. So if we think what we are doing is the best, mark my word, the treatment can never be failure. If it is not the treatment failure, it's the person or client choose. Itu adalah keputusan client not to have that kind of situation. Okay, again, what I'm trying to say here, if Shanti go back to her husband, are we going to say my session is failure? The treatment that I'm giving is wrong. Okay, I would say no. Maybe Shanti is going back to her husband with new Shanti. She has so much of that independencies. Now, if the husband going to raise her hand, she will say, "Stop hitting me."
Or she may go back. She may go back as a new Shanti with the revenge on husband, possible.
Whatever, but going back, don't say that my treatment is failure. The session is
It's
failure.
her decision. It's her decision. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what we're trying to say again to all these counselors and session conduct, because as I told you, dia dah, this organisation ataupun kita dah ada satu konsep. Kalau treatment ini berkesan hanya kalau individu atau kelompok ini jadi macam ni. Kita dah tetapkan dengan sendiri. We forget the rules of the real counselling and guidance. So we need to alert on that lah. Alright. Okay. Again, the group apa kekurangan dia sometimes kalau kita ada 6 orang, there will have 1 or 2 dia takkan kongsi, self disclosure tu dia takkan terbuka sangat. Ada satu-satu orang tu dia expose. It's very dangerous also when we expose so much. Facilitator need to stop here and say, okay, I think the sharing is, sebab tu kita cuba bagi 5 minit aja untuk setiap orang untuk bercakap tentang sesuatu benda atau untuk memperkenalkan sesuatu. So sebab bila dia cakap over, kita takut dia cakap semua tentang dia punya personal, which will jadi a plus minus point for the group to criticize about this person in future. Kita tak nak self-disclosure tu too much. It's just moderate. Okay, we want a moderate of explanation what we are talking about. Contohnya, okay, this one will be perfect if we take in Gayatri in, she as a lawyer in court, whenever they ask question, they want yes or no. Or, okay, what is your name? Sarala. They don't want more than that. This is what we're trying to do in the group actually. When something asked to discuss, we want to discuss on the matter that agreed. Not beyond that. Kalau beyond, facilitator need to stop. Sebab tu kita tentukan masa, berapa minit kita nak bagi. Don't give too much of time. Okay? Now, all this kerahsiaan, and if we find the group is having some psychotic patients and we are not psychiatric, quickly we need to withdraw them and refer to a psychiatric. Okay. Selain daripada itu, jika dalam kumpulan itu terdapat klien yang sering kali kata saya nak membunuh diri, kali pertama, okay, we still can give motivasi. And if we see something unusual dalam diri tu, baik kita report to or refer to psychiatric or somebody. Selalunya kita akan call the next kin person. Sebab tu dalam pendaftaran tu kita akan tulis what are the next contact number that we can call with. So mungkin kita boleh panggil ahli keluarga dia ke apa ke, bagi tahu to have a close eye on this person because dia dah kerap menggunakan perkataan saya nak membunuh diri. That's the first option. Second, we need to try to refer them to a psychiatric. Again, bila kita try, some client akan refuse, dia tak nak pergi. In that manner, we can write a note. We need to write everything chronologically supaya if let's say something betul-betul dia membunuh diri, kita tak nak ada pihak menyalahkan kita. Sebab kaunselor berdaftar ni di bawah etika, counselling, anything macam klien membunuh diri, kita boleh dihadapkan ke mahkamah sebab kita dah ada akta. Alright? Okay. Now, counselling kelompok diwujudkan adalah sesuai untuk klien-klien seperti
Sorry, Doctor.
Yes,
Dr.
please.
Cecilia here. I have one question here. Okay, let's
Yes.
say in group counseling, in our way of doing group counseling, let's say we identify the specific individual got, problem. I mean, they have like a serious problem, and it's not suitable to explore more in halfway of doing group counseling. So, can we ask the person, the client, to approach for the individual counseling, or how, Doctor? We should continue.
Okay, let's say during that session we find that is too personal and it's not suitable, we stop them there and there. Okay, then we put a note to the co-facilitator. Maybe she can take it separately. Then co-facilitator can explain to them the good and bad of sharing too much about this in the group. If she agree to share, she can come back and share. If she disagree, we will always can suggest for individual consent. That's where the co-facilitator can have a separate individual session with that person.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
That's
Doktor,
why. Yeah, that's why I said the co-facilitator is very, very important in group. Okay, carry on.
okay Dr. Ahmad ya, betul.
Mm,
Regarding topik, let's say kita
mm,
kena umum topik ke ataupun spesifik topik. Seandainya topik ketagihan,
mhm.
kita boleh campur tak ketagihan rokok, dadah, alkohol together, or kita separatekan rokok just rokok, alcohol is alcohol untuk group tu, just group.
Kita tak boleh campurkan sebab rokok is totally different with alcohol and this rokok and alcohol is totally different than drug. Sebab tu kalau di Malaysia dia referred group. Referred group tu kalau drug tu memang dia sediakan group tu. Kita pergi kat center kita menjalankan ni. Kalau dalam klinik yang kita datang tu kalau ketagihan kita suruh dia isi ketagihan apa. So kita kumpulkan mengikut ketagihan. Even ketagihan tadi macam saya dah kata bila kita kumpul-kumpul kalau ada seorang wanita kita kena tanya dia dulu, are they okay being in between of all the males? Kalau tidak, wanita tu kena tunggu sama ada kita suggestkan pergi individual counselling atau kita tunggu supaya dia dapat quorum dia another 2 wanita. And even kalau lelaki kita dah kumpul, kita kena tanya mereka adakah they happy being in different ethnic group. If they want only among Indians, they want only one among a Muslim, then we need to group out also. So many things we need to see in it. Itu yang cabaran-cabaran yang kita hadapi kalau kat Malaysia lah. Kalau UK and US, they're open-minded but the open-minded yang macam kita lihat di movie itu bukan seperti mana yang kita lihat dan kita memahami. I've landed in UK a year ago and I see, very sorry to say that I found they are more passionate and they are more respectful person. Dia mempunyai golongan manusia yang macam kita juga. Di sini pun kita ada manusia yang macam terlalu garang, terlalu pasif, terlalu nakal dan terlalu baik, terlalu agresif. You know, I can see there the parents, you know, how they talk to their kids. Most of the parents lah, they talk to their kids. Hi sir, macam tadi lah saya kata, hi sir, hi young man. And every weekend it's a must, employer dia tak bagi dia kerja. They must spend time with their kids. And bila dia pergi macam supermarket ke apa, basically yang benua Eropah ni dia develop dengan arts and sciences. Arts and sciences ni more to arts, drawing and something. Science came between after the exploration into India. India is the first one look into scientific world, you know. So every supermarket yang anda pergi dia akan ada satu ruang untuk mewarna, melukis. So kita bawa anak kita, dia akan ada one caretaker, one cleaner, semua-semua tu kita tinggalkan anak kita pergi shopping. And the government pay the caretaker, the cleaner of that area, even benda-benda, the lukisan ataupun pensel ataupun the art block yang dia gunakan, semuanya adalah sponsor daripada kerajaan. That's why they pay a very high tax in UK and US because they give back to the society. And everywhere I can see the art. And ibu bapa ini digalakkan untuk pergi duduk bersama anak dan mewarna di center-center itu. You know, so the approach there is totally different. Maybe because child rights, akta kanak-kanak di-emphasize dengan begitu tulus di sana compared to Southeast Asia. Okay, and so when I'm there, I see that approaches, they are more, kalau di Malaysia, sebab COVID aja dekat mana-mana pun kita beratur dengan social distancing 1 meter. Kalau di UK and US nak climb into public transport, they line up tau. Line dia memang panjang. Bersalji tu masih line. Adalah 2-3 nakal tu dia datang potong tray. But basically that is what their attitude. And even they see some OKU person, all of them, the empathy of the group, all of them yang sedang line up, dia datang, dia ambil, dia naikkan. When we were walking at the street, tiba-tiba kami jumpa $10 tau. This woman who is pushing her trolley, baby dia kurang daripada 1 tahun lah, jumpa $10 and she was running from people to people and say, is this yours? Is this yours? Is this yours? And no, a lot of us say, no, sorry, not mine. அப்படின்னு சொன்னோன்னே, kenapa saya cakap bahasa Tamil ni, sorry. when they declared that, most of us declared that, this is not my piece of money. She asked our permission, can I put into my daughter's pouch? Pouch means dia ada tabung lah. Then I said, go ahead, why not? Then she said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I was like, kalau saya pun belum tentu baik macam tu. Kalau UK $10 is our $50, you know. It's a big money for me. I can buy, because I can buy a bread, $1. What else? All the cakes are $2. So many things I can buy in that in $10. So I don't think just by watching movie, people in other places are good and bad. Kita kena travel, but my friend has different concept with me. Mungkin seperti mana yang saya kata, keadaan, masa dan tempat yang saya pergi, everything is greener for me. Whereas my friend had everything bad side of it when she was in UK. So, no comment. So that's what we call group. At time, it's successful. I mean, successful according to what we face it lah, you know. Unsuccessful maksudnya it is not the treatment, but the people in it, how they are behaving. Okay, did I answer your question, Cik Ahmad? Did I answer?
Oh, understood. Understood.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Doctor, sorry.
Okay,
I have a
kat saya dulu.
question. Oh, okay, boleh. Thank you, Eddie.
Okay.
Regarding co-facilitator, Doctor, that one should be counselor juga ke atau tidak? Kalau dalam group counselling.
Always counselor, another counselor.
Always
or,
counselor. Oh.
Yeah, or social worker.
Oh, okay.
Or psychologist. Sebab bila kita tak boleh, let's say kita sakit, dia must be able to run the kelompok.
Alright, understood. So
Doktor.
dia pun akan ada the same understanding on the PNC part lah.
Yeah. We will discuss privately what we're going to conduct for this session. Kita dah ada modul tu dah tersedia.
Alright. Understood,
Yes,
Doctor.
the next
Thank you.
one, Cik Zaidi.
Okay, Doktor. Kalau yang kita cakap part successful dalam kita punya sesi group counselling, so macam mana kita nak pastikan successful to the client? Maksudnya adakah kita ada follow up selepas itu? Contohnya macam kita pergi ke penjara kan? So adakah kita perlu follow up lagi kat penjara sama nak tengok berjaya tak? Isu ketagihan tu dikurangkan macam tu.
Okay, good question. Actually, we should have follow up. Tapi di Malaysia ni follow up tu sangat tipis lah sebab kita kata kekurangan tenaga lah, tak ada masa lah and all those stuff. Macam tadi kan yang macam kes masa pembentangan dengan Cecilia tu, I tak follow up. Tapi at least I will have courtesy to call and ask how are you, and send a wishes on Deepawali, New Year, and that's the time that we know that how is our client doing. Itu satu. Kedua, kita tak follow up very kerap ataupun dia ada proses desensitization. Follow up tu mungkin kita buat like a month, 2 bulan sekali. Mungkin macam ni, kita buat sebulan sekali daripada tarikh grup itu ditamatkan. Selepas itu kita jarakkan, kita boleh follow up 2 bulan sekali, and then selepas tu 3 bulan sekali, supaya kita create ruang untuk klien berdikari. Kita tak nak klien jadi sangat bergantung pada kita. Like the person who left the meeting, Cecilia punya talk hari tu, dia punya client, I can always say that, well, I'm most successful person compared to you. I can always use the word sebab client beliau is always berdikari. Always tak ada beras dekat rumah. Because they know about this, my supervisor, my mentor and my supervisor ni, seorang yang berhati sangat lembut, and just because she is enrolling like mentor and also supervisor, she always get the things for her client first compared to kami. So client sometimes mempergunakan sifat good and bad of the facilitator untuk memudahkan jalan mereka. So, well, if you ask me, none of a client become really successful compared to my client. But I don't want to use that word sebab ini adalah keputusan klien. Okay, itu adalah seperti mana yang telah diatur dan direstu oleh Tuhan. So we don't want to actually put down anybody. But this is what in reality. Okay, even like dalam kes mahkamah contohnya Gayatri is there, if she would have done a level best, if let's say orang kata oh dia gagal berjaya dalam kes ni, it is not dia gagal. It is not the law. Maybe the evidences, the treatment yang kita, bukti-bukti yang kita collect itu, technical wise itu tidak mencukupi. Itu yang membuatkan treatment kita, treatment tu macam mana kita bahas di mahkamah lah. Treatment itu kurang di-recognize, bukan tidak berjaya. Macam tu. Contohnya most of the lawyer win the cases with PDRM. Kan PDRM dia ada PO. PO dia yang akan membela kes-kes yang kerajaan. So keramaian PDRM ni tak suka peguam. Sebab peguam liciknya, they know the technique of arguing and they take a technical, they really hentam PDRM dengan technical point of view. So di sana most of the PDRM they lost their cases. But PDRM has dia punya apa orang kata justifikasi bahawa well at time they have thousands of cases, whereas lawyer only have focus in 1 or 2 cases. Kedua, the reward system. PDRM gaji bulanan. Kalau lawyer per person, okay. Kalau contohnya drug pusher, the pusher will say, okay, save me from that penalty. The most wonderful man that we know that really PDRM takut is Datuk Naren. He's also a good friend of mine. So macam mana bukti PDRM ni pun Datuk Naren ni pandai. To and there were 3 or 4 cases lately, beliau berjaya keluarkan daripada death penalty. Death penalty, no. After 7 years, after 3 years, ada after 4 years. Okay. So it is not because of the law, it's the treatment, it's the way, the technique and how we actually conduct and fulfill benda-benda ni. Alright, can you get what I'm trying to say?
Okay, Doktor.
Any questions so far?
Okay, Doktor, lagi satu question. Contohnya masa the end of the group counselling tu, kita dapat, contohlah kita dapat 3 solution yang terbaik untuk klien kita. So mungkin solution pertama tu klien lain tak sesuai. Macam mana kita nak buat tu, Doktor?
Okay. Now, that's why solution itu cannot come from facilitator. I ask you all to throw back kan? It must discuss by the group. So, let's say macam contohnya merokok. Okay, kita nak kurangkan ketagihan merokok. Okay, kita ada 6 orang. So, what are the techniques that we can use? We always use the term we. So, A akan cakap begini, B akan cakap begini, C akan cakap begini, D akan cakap begini, E akan cakap begini, F akan cakap begini. Towards the end, we give. So macam tadi, I was waiting siapa akan tanya tentang saya kan. So the facilitator need to wait sama ada group tu ada empathy terhadap facilitator atau tidak. Facilitator kena jadi salah part of the activity in the group. So dekat sana kita dah ada 7 solusi. 7 saranan. Jadi it's up to the group to choose which one they feel that they are comfortable with it and they can do. Kalau dia rasa solusi bersama tak berjaya, kedua, ketiga, keempat. Again, kalau dia rasa semua solusi kurang berjaya dengan mereka, that means it's more to discipline. Mungkin mereka tidak mengikut treatment itu dengan penuh kepercayaan dan disiplin. Contohnya wanita suka mengurangkan badan kan. Mengurangkan badan pula. Mengurangkan berat badan, right? So if the activity was not carried out accordingly every day disciplinedly, dia tak akan nampak. Macam dulu tu secara 6 bulan every day. Macam mana saya sakit pun every day I go to gym, I have my this one. And tiba-tiba orang tengok, kurusnya awak. MCO ni duduk dalam rumah walaupun makan benda yang sama macam diet tu, tapi just because I don't have that hardcore activities, the amount of time that I spent like that 6 months, I can see that saya dah mengembang sikit. So it's the activity, daily task, practice that the client need to do. Kalau dia bagi gap, satu hari ni aku merokok lah, then it's difficult to say that this treatment is unsuccessful. Actually, it can be successful kalau kita ni disciplined enough.
Betul.
Okay, it's all about discipline. Mark my words.
Okay, one more thing, Doktor.
Yes.
Based on your experience, masa you jalankan sesi counselling group tu, ada tak you terpaksa berhentikan sesi tu? Tak sampai tempoh 1.5 jam lagi, you terpaksa berhentikan disebabkan oleh ada sebab-sebab tertentu. Ada tak pengalaman tu?
Kalau macam penjara because of emergency purposes, mungkin kalau macam dia ada master count every 4 hours once dia ada master count tu dia akan ada bunyi loceng macam tu. So pegawai akan datang kira. They would say that okay, doctor, I need your 10 minutes, dia akan count. Kadang-kadang bila count daripada semua tempat tu tally dengan 660 banduan, baru dia akan tinggalkan sesi. Bila count dia tak cukup 660, selagi mereka satisfied with the 660 count, kita kena pause. Itu satu. That would have taken from 5 to 20 minutes actually. Benda itu kita tidak boleh masukkan dalam core business of the discussion. Itu yang saya kata, maybe the group can take longer, but the core discussion is 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, itu satu. Kedua, ada sekali tu memang tengah buat sesi, tapi di kawasan lain orang ni cuba melepaskan diri. So, penjara like shut down everything. They say all the activities stop. Go into your cell. Lock yourself. So, nak tak nak terpaksa berhentikan. Okay. Kalau dalam NGO hari tu ada seorang tu mengamuk. Dalam keadaan mengamuk walaupun ada co-facilitator, kami terpaksa berhenti sebab orang tu tiba-tiba perempuan mengamuk macam histeria lah, macam kena rasuk. So, do you think the group can focus? No. Walaupun saya asingkan, group dah takut dah sekarang. So then we will have small discussion for 5 or 10 minutes to the group. Say, what do you think? Do you want to continue or you want to have some, we can do relaxation with the group. We stop the discussion at that time. We do the relaxation, bagi dia tenang sikit semua. Then can we continue next this one? Then definitely the group say next. They won't continue at that situation. That was the situation bila salah seorang wanita tu mendapat histeria. That's what we did. That's the best way for the group lah at that time. Because dia punya fikiran tu, persepsi tu, what happened to my friend? What happened to my friend? One. Kedua, dia punya persepsi tu, oh keadaan ni ada sesuatu roh. Nanti who is the next targeted person yang kena rasuk? Sudah. Kan? So that's why we don't want to continue. And then, okay. And sometimes, yang sesi tu, after that, when they come back, all of them, they bring some like spiritual. Kalau orang India, dia bawa dengan dia punya limau lah. Ada orang, well, whether kita percaya tak percaya, if the individual is comfortable with that technique.
Because what, Doctor? I tanya you sebab I ada experience buat sesi group counselling dengan pesakit psychiatric, mental psychiatric patient. So because what I tanya you sebab I punya co-facilitator tu dia tak stop the session sebabnya ada seorang patient yang mengamuk, tiba-tiba dia mengamuk disebabkan oleh dia punya psikotik and so on lah. So dia keep teruskan, dia cuma keluarkan klien tu je dan tapi dia teruskan sesi. So that's why I
How
tanya
was
you
the
boleh tak?
session? How was the session? Macam mana keadaan yang ahli-ahli lain? Dia dapat pay attention tak?
Pay attention tak sebab tak ada pay attention, cuma dia orang macam nak take it ikut dia orang nak, sebab dia orang nak rasa mungkin sebab attention dia orang dah berkurang kan, dia orang rasa macam boring, so dia orang nak take it ikut, aku kena mengamuk jugalah supaya aku boleh keluar daripada group macam tu.
That's the thing. That's why I say. My first degree masa UMS tu, my thesis itu untuk melihat stres dalam kalangan jururawat di hospital sakit mental dan hospital biasa kan. So sempatlah saya pergi tengok sikit dekat hospital sakit mental tu. Kalau di Bukit Padang, Sabah tu 1 hingga 7, 1 tu orang yang paling kronik, ward 1. Kalau 7 tu dia dah macam boleh
Stable lah.
boleh macam discharge. Sama lah macam semalam saya sembang dengan my Indonesian friend, another academician. Bila saya kata fasa 1, kalau di Indonesia fasa 1 maksudnya bebas. Tapi kalau kita fasa 1, kita lockdown, fully lockdown. Fasa 4 baru boleh berkeliaran. Okay, dia kata dia lain. So this is what I say, sometimes terms yang sama tapi membawa konsep atau maksud yang berlainan di kawasan atau di adat atau di tempat lain. So masa tu di hospital Bukit Padang tu, I wish I can meet with those patients lah. Tapi saya tak tahu siapa sebab tujuan saya untuk mendapat edar borang questionnaire to the nurses and collect tu aja. So when I walk along the corridor, kiri kanan ni ada dia punya ward yang mereka yelah locked up kan. So dia ada satu besi yang dia akan panjat dan tengok orang yang jalan di koridor tu. And then it's a hospital. So and it's an Indian, I'm an Indian. So they always think Indian always doctor. So when I walk along the corridor, they always say, good morning doctor kan. So mungkin restu dari mereka lah pangkat doktor aku ni, selit dekat depan nama saya, I always say that to everybody. The first person who used the pangkat doctor and call me are those people actually. And when if saya diberi ruang untuk buat sesi dengan mereka, they look too perfect, Even dekat ward 1 pun bila disembang masa sesi tu perfect. Terkejut bila salah satu orang tu tiba-tiba je dia kata, tiba-tiba. Session 2, session 3 okey aja, semua normal macam grup kita ni. Tapi sesi ketiga tiba-tiba dia kata, dia datang dekat dengan my co-facilitator lelaki. So that is what lelaki kan. Jadi saya ambil my junior as co-facilitator. Dia tanya dekat my junior as co-facilitator, dia kata, ada tak? Maksudnya ada rokok tak? Dia my junior tu takut sikit. My junior tengok macam ni, dia kata. Then he was like, then this junior yang lelaki ni terus like terkejut. And after that he doesn't want to become my co-facilitator. Saya bayar dia tau. I was like, ayo, lelaki lagi apalah. Dia kata, kakak tolong don't rank me like this. I know you never rank me as junior senior, but this is kind of ranking. Don't, I cannot. Lelaki lagi, cannot take it. Itu satu. Lagi satu keadaan, bila saya pergi dekat ward yang macam, I think ward 4. Tapi this patient ni tua, sangat tua, mature, bedridden in all. Dia tidak boleh bergerak, memang dia tidur je. Tapi bila saya tengok, bila dia, I don't know, he's also having some kidney problem. So memang dia macam, tidak berpakaian tapi kita selimutkan dengan cloth yang very nipis. Dia punya movement tu mata saja tau, with drips. But whenever I'm there talking to the nurse, tangan dia sendiri akan tarik, tunjuk dia punya anu tu. Lepas tu, the nurse will kata, she will say, ish, like say lah, si B ni should come and tutup balik. Lepas after we talk 5 minutes, we can see he's pulling back. Saya tak tahu dia ni conscious tak conscious. Saya pun tak tahu. And these are the things that we can see when we are really in field. So how are you going to take it? Kalau boleh, deal with that kelompok. Kalau tak boleh, don't deal with that kelompok. Saya boleh deal dengan crime. Bila saya dah deal dengan crime ni, kalau anda hantar saya yang suka lepak, ponteng sekolah, tak buat kerja rumah, saya rasa susah nak approach this group. Padahal kalau banduan lagi susah kan. I don't know how to tackle this group. Mungkin saya dah banyak practice dengan diorang kan. You know, kalau even satu saya rasa sangat susah. Kedua saya rasa macam apanya susah, biar saya tolong buatkan. I do all their homework. Contohnya my children's homework kan. When my nephew say, or my son say, oh my fingers paining, I say take a gap, take a rest. While I'm cooking. So take a gap, dia main video tu tidur kan. And I write like what he's writing, finish up his mathematics. I don't know whether I'm doing is right or wrong, but then this is what I'm doing for the simple matters. I find the thing is too simple, why you want to have so much of, you know. So it depends which group. And group yang saya rasa macam saya tak boleh is group apa I would say that no. Group yang grief and loss. Bila ada kematian, I withdraw. Saya tak boleh buat counselling. Yang itu dari kecil lagi. Even funeral, family member pun, if I'm in that situation, saya tak tahu apa nak cakap. Setakat nak cakap, ini adalah rezeki, ini adalah takdir, ketentuan Tuhan. I cannot take it. I cannot use those words. I cannot take it when people use those words towards me. What more I'm going to practice on people. So the grief and loss so far dulu MH itu hilang, saya tak pergi. Bila kerajaan war-warkan minta council come to airport to give free service, saya tak pergi. Bila ada keruntuhan flat and ada kematian for the ahli keluarga, saya tak pergi juga. And then yang macam gempa bumi dekat Sabah, bila dipanggil saya tak pergi juga. Bila Indonesia ada gempa bumi dekat Aceh and some of the council pergi, I say no. You know, the grief and loss, no. So I don't think so I can work in hospital lah kan. I can work in a court and in a police station and this one. Police station, the only thing saya tengah merayu the enforcement to take me for only thing yang saya belum tengok dan belum buat sesi ialah banduan akhir dan juga belum tengok adalah ke tali gantung. Tapi enforcement say no. That thing, grief and loss, I can take it. Tapi yang grief and loss yang lain saya tak boleh take it. I have this. Even kawan, kalau kawan ada like ayah meninggal ke ni, kawan karib ni saya tak tahu macam mana nak ucapkan takziah. I don't know what am I going to say when going to their house. Kalau boleh masa funeral tu saya takkan pergi. That's me lah. Okay.
Doktor, satu lagi Doktor Ahmad, boleh ke untuk sesi ketiga keempat seterusnya pertukaran fesi ataupun fesi?
Okay, kalau kita ada fesi dengan kita tukar di antara kita tak apa. Jangan bawa masuk orang baru.
Oh, okay.
Sebab kepercayaan satu, kita dah bentuk kejelekitan the introduction and kepercayaan in the first, second, third section. So, kalau klien sendiri kita tak benarkan masuk untuk menjaga kepercayaan dan keselesaan grup itu, apatah lagi kalau kita tukarkan the head. Klien lagi kelompok itu tak dapat menerima dengan kehadiran orang baru. Sebab tu selalunya kita kena ada fesi, co-fesi. Kalau kita tak boleh co-fesi take over. Contohnya yang macam the Indians bila tengok serial kan, tiba-tiba okay, diganti dengan watak B. And most of them say, nothing like A dululah dalam drama ni. A dulu tu macam sangat sesuai untuk watak ni. Yang B ni macam tak sesuai lah. Macam tu lah. Itu for simple serial tau. Serial yang tidak membawa maksud apa-apa. Cuma membazir masa, tenaga dan bil elektrik saja tinggi. Yang itu pun kita dah anggap bahawa orang ni tak sesuai untuk watak tu, apatah lagi dalam group counselling yang sangat bermakna membincangkan sesuatu kerahsiaan. Okay, any question? Any question?
Doktor, dalam individu punya counselling kita ada silent moment kan, sekejap kan.
Yes.
Okay, dalam group counselling doktor pernah ke hadapi moment tu macam diam satu group tu?
Yeah, that is what we call resistant. Kan satu klien tu saya kata dia diam macam kan. Kita bagi dia interview semua-semua, kita bagi dia peluang, dia tak nak bercakap lagi, okay. Because initially group kita dalam peraturan tu, kita dah setuju kalau kita tidak selesa mengutarakan pendapat, tidak mau aktif, kita akan singkirkan daripada group. Benda-benda ni kita akan discuss dalam peraturan dan lekat dari dinding semua-semua tu. Maklumat objektif peraturan. So anything beyond that atau against that peraturan, kita akan balik kepada group untuk take the decision.
Oh, maksudnya itu by klien, tapi kalau semua klien tu diam, ada tak? Tak
There's
adalah.
something wrong with the facilitator lah.
Okay, dia maksud dia Faisal tak boleh nak run. Dia tak tahu macam nak run the process lah. Okay.
Something wrong with the facilitator.
Okay.
Yeah. Cannot be all the group diam. Macam dalam group ni kan, walaupun 6 orang diam, another 6 is okay kan. So then I find that okay. So now what I can do more so that another 6 is like vocal. Kalau semua pun diam, then okay, I'm wrong lah actually. Tukar bicara sajalah kan. Like that. So far this is chapter 1. Any question? Okay, take 5 before chapter 2. I'll meet you in 5
One last
minutes.
question, Doctor.
Can.
This group counseling, there's different types of groups, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And how this what is as a counselors, which group, which group and how do we play our different heads in each different groups? Is there
Okay, we'll see in chapter 2 that. However, in advance, dalam counselling kita ada group bimbingan, group sesi, group ceramah, all those stuff. So bimbingan, ceramah semua adalah unlimited numbers. Kita boleh ada like 150, even class. Bimbingan is classroom. And this is a classroom, it can have 50. Tapi what we are talking now is session. Session, counseling session, the counselor must be registered.
Correct.
And also, okay, kalau 6 to maximum pun 12 orang sahaja.
Okay.
12 is very heavy, mark my word, 12 is very heavy.
Okay,
Very heavy. Especially kalau dealing with crime cases. Even bukan crime pun, rape survivor. Sangat berat tau. Sangat berat. 4 pun kan, bila setiap saya dulu buat this one volunteerism with UNHCR, United Nations Commission Refugee Center dekat KL tu kan. So every week Wednesday tu kita pergi interview and do group sessions with rape survivors sebab ramai yang nak dapatkan status refugee in order to travel to Australia, New Zealand semua tu. So kami dipanggil untuk bantulah. Aduh, kalau rape survivor tu tak tahulah kisah benar atau tidak. Tapi semua cakap macam sama je sebab semua nak pergi duduk dekat Australia dengan New Zealand. You know, so kadang-kadang dia cakap tu, because UNHCR ask us to write down inch by inch what happened, feel like vomiting, you know. Kena tanya orang, okay, lelaki ni selalunya askar rogol. Okay, kalau rogol macam mana, askar ni dah habis datang macam mana, buka pintu mana. Okay, kalau masa tu anda berpakaian macam lawyer kami kena tulis laporan tu in the session. Remember, in the session. So ini adalah tema UNHCR. Padahal in the session we are not supposed to do this.
Correct.
Correct or not? So
Yeah.
that is not a counseling session. We call that interview session. Group interview. Kita kena itulah, that's why I said matlamat and objective of the group. Okay, so 4 dan 5 orang tu saya balik, the next day saya dah sakit tau. The burden is here. I always kalau stress sikit sakit kaki and feel. Kalau dah over stress, I'll see the burden at my shoulder, pain. And it goes up here, I'll get the headache. This is called burn out already. Kalau di sini sakit, contohnya dia dah macam ke level over stress, more than stress. I need to do something. That's why all of us, kalau kita bekerja dengan mendengar masalah orang tak semestinya counselor or doctor or lawyer, you need to sweat it out. Kita perlu buat sesuatu aktiviti mengeluarkan peluh. We can do a lot of exercises, tapi kalau dia tak mengeluarkan peluh, sebab bila dealing dengan orang ni kita absorb, sebab manusia ni Tuhan dah kata kita made from like macam banyak benda, tanah semua tu. Dia ada absorb system. Itu yang orang kata dapat vaksin, magnet terlekat. Bukan dapat vaksin, magnet terlekat. Sebelum vaksin pun magnet terlekat. Jika body kita mempunyai elektromagnet yang tinggi based on the daily food consumption. What type of food consumption that we are taking. Kalau kita mengambil food yang macam fast food, yang macam tak ada zat yang macam just kadar, memang kita akan ada that magnet melekat tu, itu yang dia akan lekat. Kalau kita jenis yang mengutamakan what nutrition food, iaitu more to what traditional traditional plantation, not GMO, you know, hybrid ni, then dia kurang. Sebab I tested with my father, tak ada pun lekat. I tested myself, tak ada pun lekat. But then my friend lekat. So she is a person who mungkin dalam darah dia dah ada, tengok macam mana dia punya daily practice lifestyle and the daily food consumption lah. Okay, so that is what happen in all the stuff. Okay?
Okay, okay.
All right. So take a 5-minute break for, I would like to finish chapter 2 before I end the class.
Thank you, Doctor.
All right. Okay, 5 minutes break. Yeah.
Thank you, Doctor.
Hi guys, are you all back, ladies and gentlemen?
Ya, Doktor.
Yes, Doktor.
Okay, boleh kita
Yes,
sambung?
doctor. We are back.
Sikit lagi. Right, after bab ni, we'll have short discussion, then you can go for the break. And we'll meet tomorrow. Okay. Okay, bab 2 actually saya pecahkan daripada bab 1. Alright. Dalam grup ni, dalam grup terapeuting, kita cuba identifikasi apa pendedahan kendiri, konfrontasi, maklum balas, kepercayaan penerimaan, keagrapan atau intimasi, harapan, komitmen dan mencuba, kebebasan mencuba, jenaka dan humor. Okay, contohnya, okay, pertama sekali. Okay, dalam pengenalan ni, dalam proses kelompok biasanya akan berlaku penyesuaian atau perubahan sebelum mereka mula bekerja. Okay, this is what we call early stage. Okay, early stage ni di mana what will happen, kita perlu membuat sesuatu aktiviti supaya grup itu mempunyai, timbul dia punya kepercayaan. Kepercayaan maksudnya membina hubungan supaya dia dah berkawan. Bila dah berkawan tu kita percaya pada kawan kita. So ketika dalam sesi ini, okay, what we need to do is kita boleh ada pelbagai aktiviti. Contohnya tadi bila kita bincang, kita kata kenapa grup itu tidak berjaya, mungkin facilitator tidak mempelbagaikan. Okay, again, let me tell you, kalau saya lah dalam grup saya tak sekadar sembang sahaja. Dalam grup saya itu, dia akan ada aktiviti menulis, mengira, membaca dan sharing. Why? Because dalam kelompok, sesuatu kelompok atau kita sendiri dalam kelas ni juga, mungkin some of us are auditory, some of us kinesis, some of us are visualization. Jadi apa-apa treatment yang kita buat, dia perlu ada secara mendengar, menulis atau melihat. So melihat itu selalunya macam saya dalam grup akan mainkan video. Kalau kinesis, every 20 minutes once I will give some sort of ice breaking activity. Okay, all the stuff, gaya-gaya saya ini sometimes di-criticized oleh some registered counsellor ataupun some some other academician, but I can always show that it's a successful module. So in that manner, nobody can criticize. Sebab benda ni, even my PhD, I use that kind of method in my module. And when I presented in Antalya, Turkey, what happened was this Kore punya kawan lah, the group of people. I saw one blonde macam mature lady, old lady lah. Dia rambut dia cantik, putih, sitting and just watching me what I'm talking. End of the day, you know what she said? She said, "Are you trying to say that session only talking is it's unsuccessful activity?" Then baru saya tahu, because bila saya presenting, saya dah agak ada, because cara dia melihat saya tu macam nak makan saya tahu. Saya dah tahu dia tak puas hati. You know what I did? I said, "I'm so sorry. According to my research in my country, in my population at this such a date, I found this model is most effective because in our prison department, the inmates has back-to-back activities. They need to wake up 5 a.m. in the morning. After the spiritual classes, they need to go under hot sun marching ceremony, and they'll be given like in between meals and everything. All the activities are back-to-back, and by the time the counseling activities scheduled in the noon, so most of them will be very tired and they are they feel they want to be next to their bed. At that time, when I want to do a session in just talking, that might put them into sleep mode or make them boring. Therefore, I created a lot of energetic activities in order for them to come back to me the following day for this counseling session. Then she was like, okay. Sebab seseorang researcher atau academician, whenever dia kata mengikut kajian saya, negara saya, subjek saya, ini dapatan, makanya academician yang macam ethical academician yang matang, dia tak boleh nak kutuk kajian orang. That is the rules. Because the research, although we are in a more professor level, we can actually ask in terms of the content, macam rumusan, hypothesis semua tu. Tapi but the finding itself, jika kita sanksi tapi kita boleh sanksi tapi kita tak boleh kata gagal, you know, because that is their finding. Katakan yang rumusan, hypothesis, yang methodology tu semua salah, then kita boleh kata this whole thing is failure. Tapi kalau all that is dah betul, we can't simply macam say, walaupun macam counselling just talking, tapi in between ada orang dah buat activity, that is innovation, that is creation, creative. Macam sekarang, lockdown, kita tak boleh semuka, kita dah admit, macam Malaysia dah admit online counselling. Kalau dulu kita tak admit, walaupun di Europe side tu dia buat online counselling. So, what are you trying to say? Macam tu, okay? So when after saya ni, dia pun diam lah kan. But there are some academician, tak kira lah Malaysia ke mana, dia very fanatic, maksudnya old school of thought. Dia nak ikut apa buku tu cakap. Buku tu cakap mengikut pengalaman penulis tu. Dan pada masa itu, like Korea have written the books years back, maybe 20, 40 years ago. And things had changed, and his experience according to his culture, not on a Southeast Asia culture or kita punya Malaysian culture. So we need to find contoh ketara yang I can give you who love to travel KFC. KFC itu memang franchise tapi dia punya bau dan juga taste kalau di Malaysia lain, di Thailand lain, di Filipina lain. Kalau McDonald lagi teruk. The worst McDonald, that bau yang saya tak dapat terima is Philippine punya McDonald. Because Philippine is not really Muslim country, so they have they have pork in there. The smell of pork campur dengan smell chicken dengan beef tu, they have some. For me lah, untuk saya is not selesa that smell. I came out from that room. But for others, okay. Padahal McDonald dia mempunyai rumusan yang sama Again, I'm coming to the point. They have a very standard rumusan. But why we can get different? Because they adjust to the location. Who are the subject in order untuk lariskan jualan mereka. Okay? Now, the norma tingkah laku kumpulan always is TL is tingkah laku, ahli sedar tingkah laku yang disenangi. Facilitative behaviors and norma-norma bukan lisan, unspoken norms menjadi lebih difahami. Okay, dalam sesuatu kumpulan, we should macam bila kita jadi facilitator, kita kena baca verbal dan non-verbal action. Verbal adalah bila seseorang tu share, apa yang di-share, perkataan yang digunakan macam tu. Non-verbal di sini adalah macam contohnya macam mana eye contact dia, pergerakan badan dia, adakah dia, macam ada orang dia akan move ke kiri, ke kanan. Kita Malaysia suka duduk kat bawah sebab kita dah pandai bersila. Tapi there is a point why we should sit in around on the chair. One, because kita dapat melihat secara langsung dan tidak langsung pergerakan non-verbal aksi tubuh klien. Kalau contohnya klien menggerakkan jari kaki, that show they are restless. So maybe we can pay attention. Itu satu. Kedua, dengan bersila ada orang cramp tau. Bila cramp, dia tidak dapat fokus pada sesi kelompok tersebut. Okay. Ketiga, kita selalunya tak sediakan table. Kalau table tu dia dah partially cover the non-verbal action of the client, the subject. So kerusi is the best, and kerusi itu pun kita kena cari kerusi yang comfortable. Sebab ada orang dia ada sakit belakang and all those stuff. Kadang-kadang dia tak boleh duduk dalam kerusi yang too soft or too hard. Okay. So benda ini dia kita boleh tengok very clearly in daripada era perkembangan Sigmund Freud. Contohnya Sigmund Freud is if you see dia Sigmund Freud punya latar belakang, Sigmund Freud merupakan seorang psychiatry. He came from medical side. Therefore, pada zaman beliau, okay, ramai di antara kita, especially Malaysia, kutuk tentang teori Sigmund Freud. I would never say that that is wrong because pada zaman beliau, the people who he engaged with adalah golongan-golongan bangsawan ataupun golongan-golongan diraja. So, this kerabat diraja panggil beliau telah diberikan satu bilik dan kawasan untuk beliau memberi perkhidmatan services untuk golongan-golongan wanita kerabat diraja sebab raja mendapati bahawa isteri-isteri dan golongan wanita dalam kerabat tu sangat stres. Why? Because the Raja, they have too much of gundik and everything. They don't have ample of time to spend to each and everybody. And plus with the task, they need to deal with the the citizen and rakyat and semua tu. Jadi Sigmund Freud menjadi pakar pendengar. Jadi bila menjadi pakar pendengar and most of the cases yang wanita-wanita yang menjadi too stress tu, dia ada komponen-komponen unsur-unsur stress, depression, burnout walaupun kerabat diraja. So and just because they are kerabat diraja, Sigmund Freud cannot look into their eyes, eye contact tu tak boleh tengok macam tu, nanti dipancung. So whenever the queens walk with their fans in this hand and they carry their punya dress macam tu, they walk and they say, "Hi Freud, I want to talk to you." Therefore he created a chair for them. What chair is that? Siapa pandai jawab, aku bagi 5 markah. I tulis nama.
MBT
That's
chair.
the chair we have now. We love to buy the chair, tapi mahal chair tu. What is the chair's name?
Lazy chair.
Lazy chair? No. Lazy chair tu kan?
Massage chair.
Massage chair? No. Siapa-siapa? 2 minutes from now.
Gamer chair.
Sorry?
Chair untuk main game tu.
No. Chairman.
Doktor
Sis, dia
ulang
kata
lagi sekali ulang.
oh, ni tak dengar lah. Ni pergi masak Okay. Siapa nak ulang-ulang lah? Sakit dekat saya. Siapa nak ulang? Group? What was the story? Share about story? Siapa nak ulang? Siapa nak jadi my co-facilitator? Siapa nak jadi co-facilitator? Ulang? I throw back to the group. What was the question?
Kerusi apa yang Sigmund Freud guna?
Untuk konsep with the
So,
Okay. What chair is
untuk
that?
kerabat diraja.
I mean for his client lah. Client dia adalah kerabat diraja, coincident. And Sigmund Freud dia punya kepakaran dalam psikiatrik. Jadi ngam lah dia punya client tu memang ada unsur-unsur stress, depression, burnout. Coincident all of them are wanita kerabat diraja. So in his session, how he conduct his session? Do you all know?
Dia bukan baring ke doktor? Dia suruh baring.
Yeah, what chair is that?
Couch. Sofa couch.
Freud chair.
What chair?
Freud chair. Nama Sigmund Freud.
No, tak ada pun.
Tak ada.
Kita beli sekarang tu, kita ada di rumah kita tau. Yang ada duit memang beli.
Lounge chair.
No.
Sofa.
Sofa bed. Wing chair.
No.
Chair.
No. What chair?
Rocking chair.
Lucian.
Chesterfield ke?
Apa dia?
bukan
Chesterfield
awak.
sofa tu ke?
Backstrom chair.
No. Tak ada yang dapat 5 markah lah, habis 2 minit. Okay, sorry, aku je share. Cleopatra chair.
Cleopatra.
Sangat susah.
Okay.
Kan ada beza kau. Okay, why he choose this kind of chair? Okay, normally macam ni lah chair dia, chair beliau in session macam ni kan. So what will happen here is, okay, let me say, I know right. Okay, client, okay, client akan letak kepala di sini, baring kaki macam ni. Okay, and then Sigmund Freud akan duduk di belakang sini. Sebabkan kerabat diraja tak boleh bertentangan muka atau bertentangan mata. So dia akan duduk sini. Kenapa di bahagian kepala? Di sinilah dia suruh talk what you want to talk. So kalau duduk sini tak dengar. Kalau duduk sini baru dengar. Okay, this is how Sigmund Freud conduct his session. Yet ramai di antara wanita jatuh hati dengan Sigmund Freud. You know why? That's why in session, kita try to be as good as much as we can sebab tu client subjek kita jatuh cinta. Benda ni normal. Even client jatuh cinta dengan doktor, OKT ke, saksi ke, jatuh cinta dengan lawyers, police, you know. Because we try to show the greener side of us. Kita sendiri ni ada satu negative point kita tak tunjuk dengan dalam profession kita. Kita selalu macam profession we try to be very ethic, so people suka. Suka-suka kahwin tinggal satu bumbung baru tahu. 1 bulan dah jerit-jerit, 2 bulan dah raise up hand, 3 bulan gaduh-gaduh domestic violence.
Tak jodoh. Nak buat macam mana?
Jodoh lepas tu berpisah.
Gaduh pula dengan isteri.
Kan gaduh pula.
The reason because doctor, we don't have trial and error basis, you see.
Instead of try and error, I would say both party trying to be not genuine. Again, ada apa orang kata kejujuran. Masa-masa bercinta tu everything kalau perempuan boleh lewat 1 hari duduk dekat secret recipe sampai orang kata secret recipe tutup pun boleh bang. Kahwin the next day lewat 1 minit dah bahaling 10 kali call, you know. Why you can't just be yourself? This is what we say in theory reality, but that be your real self, don't be ideal self. Real self is tell what you like and dislike. Bukan selepas kahwin baru show your real self.
This is what Sigmund Freud said. We are human beings who live in persona and shadow. So what you see in persona, but what you see in shadow is after marriage, doctor. That's what life's all about.
Exactly. Okay, now you're coming to my point. Okay, Sigmund Freud has said that manner in shadow. This is the same thing. What just now I say William Glaser said in reality theory, in real self and ideal self. Can you see? This is what just now I say. Actually, benda sama, tapi they just quoted in different nama.
Correct.
So don't get worked up. Macam mana aku nak faham teori ni? Try to master in one theory that you think that very easy to understand and you can cope with. That's sufficient. Okay, this is about verbal and non-verbal. Okay, now kita pergi kepada tahap bekerja now sekarang. When we are going into tahap tadi dah macam kita dah habis sesi kenalan and masa sesi penstrukturan itulah kita bincang tentang matlamat, objektif, peraturan, and kalau peraturan itu tidak diikuti apa dia punya selalunya kita kata denda, kita tak kata hukuman sebab hukuman something that menyakitkan secara fizikal. Hukuman kita kata penjara, hukuman sebatan contohnya. Kalau denda, okay, denda means dalam kumpulan tu kita tetapkan kali pertama tak ikut masa, punctuality tu tak ada, makanya kita kata Okay, mungkin kita bagi warning. Kali kedua dia buat lagi kita denda. Denda tu terpulang pada kelompok. Dia suruh menyanyi ke menari. Ketiga mungkin kita singkirkan atau it depends. The denda must come from the group. Anything, this decision in the group must made by the group. Always remember. That's why I say throw back to the group. Throw back the group. Okay, kalau kat sini anda tengok saya ada kata pilihan T maksudnya positif. Just because too long maybe I would have said T, okay, pilihan positif. So bila kita pergi ke tahap bekerja di sini kita dah build satu suasana yang sihat dan semua klien group itu percaya di antara satu sama lain and kita dah ada satu continuous punya interaction, okay, dalam tahap bekerja. Di sini kita dah mula apa yang kita nak discuss, okay. Now, there are a few things like contohnya dalam tahap bekerja yang kita perlu fokus iaitu pendedahan versus menutup. That means disclosure and also yang macam tadi lah resistant, okay? Ada yang too much mendedahkan, ada yang macam passive resistant yang tidak memberi sebarang input. So we need to look into these two things supaya group itu tidak terlalu extreme and terlalu low. We want it to be in a moderate level. Begitu juga dengan response. Yes, sir.
Semasa tahap bekerja, you're talking about during the session lah.
Third session already in this one.
Oh no, the word tahap bekerja you're referring to session, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Tahap bekerja is sesi ketiga.
Okay, thank you, doctor.
Okay, now, so spontan and mengawal. Okay, spontan and mengawal di sini, okay, lebih kepada ada orang bercakap aja apa they want. Macam orang kata mulut tak ada insurance kan. Ada orang pula too careful to say, macam saya sometimes susah, takut juga bila nak cakap mengeluarkan perkara sebab now everything recorded. Nanti orang pick the point, they say macam ni ke academician cakap. This netizen ni sekarang pandai viral kan. Okay, contohnya yang macam kita punya MB Kedah tu, tak tahulah kan apa dia punya niat, tapi bukan niat nak apa. Bila dikata kontainer dah di hospital Sungai Petani, bila one of the wartawan tanya and he said, okay, siapa nak boleh bagi nama. Dia mengikut beliau, dia buat lawak. Tapi dengan keadaan sekarang, okay, that's what jenaka. Later I tell you that form. So kita kena tahu dekat mana dan apa yang kita perlu cakap. So kalau at time kita perlu keluarkan perkataan-perkataan yang memang dalam rasmi kita cuba jadi terlalu baik lah. Jangan keluarkan perkataan-perkataan macam tu. Right? So dalam kelompok pun macam tu. Kita kena macam, we need to control. But control tu bukan terlalu control. Tak adalah kita suruh menggunakan perkataan-perkataan yang klien tak faham. Contohnya spontaneity. Dia pun apa benda kan. Contohnya let's have some vortex discussion. Apa tu? Tak tahulah anda ni academician. Tapi jangan guna perkara-perkara yang macam, perkataan-perkataan yang too bombastic. Try to use formal, understandable word. Okay, penerimaan dan penolakan. Di sini di antara ahli kelompok, some of them can accept, some of them totally can't accept. I am a very sensitive person, bila guna perkataan-perkataan macam, contohnya, okay, we have set of buku panduan. Okay, buku panduan is general, nama general yang telah diberikan. Saya rasa awkward bila orang kata kita ikut kitab counselling. I'll be like, what? I'll be thinking, what is that? Okay, why you can't say that buku panduan? Nama telah diberikan. Contohnya nama saya telah diberikan Sarala oleh ibu bapa saya dan telah didaftarkan di dalam IC Sarala Devi Mariam Daran. Then suddenly people calling me as how to say? Okay, Devi, D-E-V-I kan. Orang panggil saya Devi, D-E-W-I. It's two different meaning, Devi, D-E-W-I, Devi Kayangan. Saya baru Devi Planet biasa. Okay. So this is why we kata penerimaan dan penolakan. Don't use too bombastic words supaya the group boleh menerima. All this show how effective is the treatment. Macam mana kita kendalikan kelompok tersebut. Keempat, kesepaduan versus pengasingan. Either client jadi okay, they come into mutual understanding atau masing-masing mempunyai pengasing atau tangkapan sendiri ataupun dia mempunyai own school of thought. Kalau own school of thought, apa orang kata, group counselling is not need. I mean, it's not necessary for this kind of people. Kalau dia suka asing-asing kan, better kita cadangkan individual counselling for them. Okay. Kalau saya duduk sebagai klien dalam grup kan, saya akan mengamalkan all this faktor versus ni. Sebab tu saya kata saya tak layak jadi sebagai klien dalam grup counselling. Saya akan menutup diri, saya akan mengawal, saya akan menjadi penolakan. Saya akan mengasingkan diri saya. Definitely if something kalau macam kebocoran berlaku, saya akan menyalahkan orang lain, you know, because I have faced all this problem in group counseling and I had bad experience. That's why I don't want to be client. But just because of that bad experience, that made me to conduct a good group counseling. So I try to avoid all this unnecessary problem. And the fifth one, bertanggungjawab. Bertanggungjawab, this means responsibility. Dalam grup tu apa juga berlaku, kita bertanggungjawab sama-sama. Jangan menyalahkan di antara satu sama lain. Okay. Kalau pada hari itu, let's say, okay, now COVID, right? Kita mempunyai masalah pengangkutan jalan raya, penyekatan jalan raya. If some of them delay, try to understand lah. Macam dalam kelas ni pun kan, just most of them are frontliners working and this is a PJJ and long term of studying and well, the lecturers need to be macam mature to understand that kalau orang tak on video tu faham-faham aje lah, mungkin line dia bad dekat kawasan dia ataupun duduk dekat rumah ni terpaksa lah masak, sediakan makanan tengah hari untuk family ataupun dia tiba-tiba lapar, dia pergi tandas ke, dia mungkin pergi bancuh kopi ke. So takkan kita nak salahkan, kalau tak buka video ni student tak aktif. Contohnya tiba-tiba Ahmad buka. Not you actually. I'm just telling the scenario. Okay. Then kesepaduan dan produktiviti. Yang tutup dan tak buka langsung Nasir. I don't know he's working or he's sleeping.
Ada doktor, saya ada.
Ada, okay. Saya suka bully Nasir because he's my favorite student since a year ago, okay. Boon, she will say, yes doctor, I'm making my Maggie now. That's good at Boon lah. She will be very genuine to me.
Tak ada lah doktor.
Hari ni tak buat Maggie ah, Boon?
Tak ada doktor.
Buatlah. Tak salah. Okay. Now, the fifth one, kesepaduan and productivity of tahap bekerja. Tahap bekerja means kita dah masuk dalam the third session where we are discussing about the issues. So dalam ni, there are a few people describe about what they mean about productivity. But however, let me conclude bahawa dia lebih kepada action oriented. Kesepaduan ni lebih menunjukkan bahawa kita bekerja sama-sama dalam kelompok itu semua orang untuk membuatkan keberkesanan kelompok tersebut. Keberkesanan dia means perkara yang kita nak bincangkan, contohnya kita nak get rid out from ketagihan. Jadi kita sama-sama bincangkan, sama-sama bekerja sama, membantu yang lain, let's do this, let's do that. You won't believe that we still have some academician who doesn't know, walaupun dah setahun lebih, who doesn't know click to run the WebEx. So itu kita tak boleh nak kutuk kata orang ni bad or you know dia tak mempunyai kebakaran. Maybe because they come from the old school of thought. Jadi they actually still, you will be, what to say put it this way, we had somebody who was using OHP transparency tau. Even sebelum COVID ni dalam bilik kuliah UHB transparency.
That's very old, doctor.
Yeah. And then you know what the university did? Get rid of all the transparency from all the bilik kuliah.
My God.
Because when we say something, university came out with the rules. These people keep doing that because there is a transparency machine at bilik kuliah. So the treatment, when we did so much of treatment, looks like only partially committed and accepted. There are a group of people who still wanted to carry on with their own comfortable level. Then the next treatment was kita tarik balik semua OHP di bilik kuliah. Too bad lah, but then okay lah. So macam tu lah, the productivity of the group, how we going to do it? When we see one treatment is kind of, yes, can't get the success rate among all of them, keep trying in different, I mean, we add on treatment in the session so that everybody can get. Macam tadi contohnya yang alcohol, the alcohol ataupun ketagihan rokok kan. My father is severe smoker, you know. So when I brought him, he has some this back pain problem until he was in wheelchair, cannot walk. When I 7 years ago brought him to Kedah to do operation and everything, I look after him. That for 1 month, saya pergi sorokkan semua rokok, semua tu. And then he cannot reach the rokok. Boleh pula survive 40 hari bersama saya tanpa merokok. And he looked like very young man. Saya bawa dia pergi potong rambut very short and then colored his hair dark color and he lost his weight. I went and bought his shorts, you know, beautiful shorts, bukan like macam apek-apek punya style lagi, like European punya style saya beli. And then now he's using all the shorts. Hari tu saya balik to take him for vaccine. He had been using all this modern punya shorts yang ada macam, I used to beli colorful shorts like sharp colors, red, green, and then ada yang macam belang-belang semua tu. Now he started using it. You know, bukan tak boleh, boleh. Again, it is the client's decision. But one thing I can see, like dia selalu rub macam ni. Let me show the. I can see the attitude of my father. Dia selalu rub. Dia pegang macam ni lip dia. Mungkin dia rasa macam something kot nak menghisap rokok. I feel too bad, tapi he did it. That 40 days without rokok. Boleh. Bukan tak boleh. Okay. It's just like we want to do it or we don't want to do it. So hasil and pencapaian dalam tahap bekerja, again, Ali mempunyai kebolehan memimpin dan idea-idea baru juga merupakan satu hasil. Okay, so when we are creatively doing something in the group, contohnya kan saya ada tulis, kalau saya dalam borang pendaftaran dalam sesi pertama itu, saya tanya makanan kegemaran apa yang anda suka, apa yang anda tak suka. Let's say client resistant, yeah, come back to the position client resistant yang tidak mau meluahkan, berkongsi apa-apa. We try to read the form. Katakan saya pernah buat seorang klien itu, tapi ini individu lah. Dia kata dia suka KFC, dia ada tulis kat borang tu. What I did was, dia sesi pertama, kedua tak buka mulut aja, remaja, gini aja. For 1 jam. Aduh, penat tau dah 3 sesi. Rasa macam saya nak goncang kepala dia and say something. Orang cakap good morning tau, orang senyum tau, you know. Anyway, what I did was when she wrote the KFC, saya beli pada hari yang sesi seterusnya, saya beli KFC. Saya sorokkan di bawah, satu ketul tu saya sorokkan di bawah aircon tu. Saya buka di aircon punya yang bahagian buka tu saya sorokkan. So the room was like with the KFC smell, you know. I don't put it like yang macam visible yang boleh dia nampak. Lepas tu dia masuk aja dia punya mata macam ni. The non-verbal action, there is a differences in non-verbal action. So saya masuk, saya buat tak tahu. Then I say, hi, are you okay? I sentuh dia macam ni. Are you okay? I can see that you are nervous. You unhappy? Anything wrong? Dia kata, no, macam smell KFC. She started talking. My aim is to make her talk. Whether to participate in the session or not, that is secondary. Now I want her to talk first. So I managed to break her non-verbal aksi yang macam ni. Finally dah break. Yang 2 sesi, 3 sesi resistant, tak keluar satu batak pun dia kata, I can smell KFC. I say, no, I can't smell anything. What makes you to smell KFC? What is KFC? Can you just talk about KFC? Walaupun di luar daripada bidang skop yang kita nak discuss dalam sesi itu, tapi tujuan kita adalah kita nak membuka klien untuk bercakap. Never mind. This is what Sigmund Freud punya teknik counselling free association. So when all the kerabat diraja datang, mereka ini tidak boleh diberi arahan. Maka Sigmund Freud say talk. Whatever you want to talk, talk. So that's what called free association. Lepas tu kita panggil kepada transference. Transference itu mengidentifikasi bahawa klien cinta dan benci klien terhadap kaunselor sebab ramai kerabat-kerabat diraja wanita-wanita ni jatuh hati dengan klien. So at current situation what we can do is cinta dan benci klien terhadap session, that session. Then go with counter transference. Counter transference is cinta dan benci counselor, facilitator terhadap klien. Why Sigmund Freud did that is because all these ladies are pretty ladies, blonde hair with the blue eyes and all those stuff. Sigmund Freud sendiri rasa tergugak kadang-kadang macam jatuh cinta. Hari ni cinta A, besok cinta B. Everyday macam dia dah ada gundik pula. So he monitor himself to control his feeling. Come on, I'm a registered counselor. I'm here for my profession. They are my clients. So kita dalam era sekarang what we can do is we can ask how cinta dan benci kita terhadap session yang kita sedang jalankan. Then comes resistant. So resistant ni orang yang tidak passive. So bila kita mendapat klien yang dalam konteks resistant dulu, kita masih boleh mengulangi menerusi pergi backward, resistant pergi pada free association. Again question, adakah kita mulakan session itu dengan free association dulu padahal klien datang dengan teknik kedua dan ketiga? It's okay, whatever technique it is, tapi we will conduct or hopefully kita run the entire session go from the first thing. Okay, tapi kita tak adalah kata, oh okay, stop. Kita kena buat benda A dulu. No, it's not like that. Let's go with the current situation, what they are doing. But later on, kita try to sinambung. Kesinambungan itu kepada the entire, macam kita jadikan bulatan lah. Alright? Okay, now 7 is faktor terapeutik. Okay, faktor terapeutik dalam kumpulan ini boleh jadi macam-macam. It can be music therapy, art therapy, seni creation, apa lagi? Aromatherapy, massage therapy, So there are a lot of therapeutic in the kelompok. And dalam therapeutic ini pendedahan kendiri, means the exposure. Kendiri di sini kenal diri. Kita kena bantu klien untuk mengenali diri mereka sendiri. Ada orang dia kata, this is me. That is what William Glaser said dalam teori reality, real self and ideal self. Ada orang kata, no, saya begini. Tapi real self-nya orang ni adalah berlainan. So, bila dia tak tahu tentang real self dan ideal self, itu yang mereka masuk dalam confusion and menjadi seorang yang macam ke arah conflict of interest. We say conflict of interest, yeah. Alright. Okay. This one all anda boleh baca. Okay. Dalam sesi kelompok, not necessary session only, dalam terapeutik ini kita boleh buat treatment atau kita boleh bawa masalah tu dalam bentuk storytelling, poetry. That's why I say, how you conduct your treatment, how creative you are. Like my PhD study, saya ada paparkan video. After that, kami ada main permainan gala panjang, all the stuff, so that I want the group group is excited. So every day they'll be waiting, excited to see me. One, because run away from the hardcore activity. Secondly, memang dia akan suka time saya masa saya pergi sebab saya tahu pengarah penjara and they know who I am. Saya takkan buat salah dan silap, saya berjanji. Makanya saya bawa benda-benda macam makanan kecil-kecil lah, macam gula-gula, coklat, coki-coki, you know. So you only imagine this inmate ni suka sangat coki-coki, benda kecil-kecil. I was thinking, alah, benda ni it's nothing, you know. It's not nutrition. It's not so meaningful, but you must see the way dia punya non-verbal aksi bila menerima. And kebetulan masa tu ada seorang Chinese guy, he is the youngest in that group. Sedih lah dia punya story. And I gave that, kalau kita naik MAS, dia akan bagi kacang tanah yang dalam kecil tu kan, sedap tu kan. So I bought that kind of small packets and then I deliver. You know, towards the end, I got some extra. Then I said that, okay, we will use, once the game is over, we will use this as reward. You know, he was like, they used to call Cegu because they call the officers Cegu as well in penjara. So he said, Cegu, he showed his hand like that. Cegu, can I have the extra? Because Chinese New Year baru habis. So mak saya tak dapat jumpa saya. Can I have the extra? I feel so hurt, you know. I feel like macam, aduh, macam really, I can't express the feeling. And I take the whole bunch and I give it to him. Do whatever you want. You want to eat, you want to distribute about your friend. You know, I thought he wants to eat by himself. But then he said, okay, Chinese New Year yang lepas saya tak bagi kacang kan. Okay, this is from me. He started deliver to the group. And in that way, this guy is not a very selfish person, you know. So bila saya baca dia punya record pun, adalah story-story yang macam the incident was not from him, tapi dia terpaksa nak admit case terjadi without intention. Dia ada dengan niat dan tanpa niat, right? So case yang dia terlibat itu tanpa niat. So apapun, oleh kerana dia dah terlibat, dia nak selamatkan ibu dan kakak dia. So itulah 15 years old dah masuk penjara muda. Dia sebab mangsa dah mati, maka dia terpaksa diletakkan di bawah hukuman gantung, but they reduced to sepanjang umur, sepanjang hayat. But just because he's a very nice boy, very responsible in penjara, the pengarah try every 4 years once he's sending. Last time lah, I sent a report for him to get TLS, Tita Limpah Sultan, iaitu pengampunan daripada Sultan. I don't know what happened lah, you know. Saya macam tu macam nak jadi heroine Bollywood, Hollywood punya movie. Then my father kata, you went there to do your PhD, you better finish your PhD and come out. I say, okay, alright, kan. Alright, now konfrontasi. Anything that when our clients say, but if we don't understand, jangan pandai-pandai interpret. When they say, I don't like this, then we say, we repeat. Don't like? Look at the client's face. What is their reaction? Don't like? Can you please explain more further about what you don't like? You say, I don't like, right? Double confirm. Did you say I don't like? Yeah, I say I don't like. What do you mean? Or most of the clients say, no, maksud I don't like is, okay, that is the confrontation, okay? All this anda boleh baca. And feedback. Feedback from the client kita kena terima dari walaupun positif. Ini T ni positif and dash ni negatif ya. Walaupun positif, negatif, kita terima pakai. Macam contohnya dalam kelas ni. Some of you like the way I discuss, some of you dislike the way I discuss. So both I need to take it in order to mengembangkan dan mengubah treatment supaya treatment kita berjaya. So, tapi dia kena jujur lah. Saya paling tak suka student yang suka body. Lepas tu after dah habis tu tak ada contact. I've taught kalau correctional over than 500 police officers. Out of 500 police police officers, only 5 always keep in touch. Sebab kadang-kadang dia tengok dekat my WhatsApp status, they just send, "Hi doctor, you're doing good. Congratulations," kan. Kalau yang lain masa kelas saja bodeh, sungguh-sungguh bermati-matian. Oh my WhatsApp status tengoklah, pujilah, cantiklah, segaklah. After that, okay, Simon say silent. Okay, so now apart from that, kita juga perlu mengenal pasti beberapa maklum balas melalui bukan saja feedback. Sometimes kita ada borang-borang yang kita bagi untuk menulis komen. This one we can see in hospital. And then kalau yelah feedback, borang maklum balas, lagi apa yang kita boleh ada. Sometimes they send dulu kita ada peti surat yang macam umum. Kita tak payah tulis who we are in all stations. Tapi sekarang ni tak ada tau. Dia nak tahu kalau komplain kita nak tahu orang yang nama komplain tu. Which is I think it's not fair. And sebab bila dah tahu orang yang komplain ni, macam contohnya anda komplain tentang saya dah tahu Cik Ahmad yang komplain, macam saya dah ada satu prejudis terhadap Cik Ahmad. Mungkin saya akan play in the marks, contohnya. But I'm not that kind of person, no worries. I promise for me, you need to be interactive, active in the class, you need to do the work. That's it. Okay, so any question? All this anda boleh baca. Any question? So
Ya.
far.
Okey doktor, dalam sesi kaunseling kelompok pada awalnya doktor cakap kita kena buat satu circle bulatan bersama dengan Fesi. Jika kita nak buat aktiviti, bolehkah kita buat di luar kawasan, contohnya bawah pokok ke ataupun bulatan tu dah berpecah untuk aktiviti
Okay, for the introduction, first, second activity yang pasti kita akan buat die-arts, try-arts semua tu. Die-arts tu mula-mula kita pecahkan kepada teknik aktiviti-aktiviti berduaan, lepas tu kita tambah kepada bertigaan, lepas tu 4 dan kumpulan supaya kita nak mereka berkenalan di antara satu sama lain dan jelekit. Slowly lah, dia tak boleh kenal 6-6. Dia kena kenal 1, 2, 3 macam tu. So untuk itu, kalau suasana itu kondusif, kita buat dalam suasana tersebut. Kalau suasana itu tidak kondusif, dengan permintaan, kita kena ajukan pada kelompok. Kalau kelompok rasa like okay, we can do it at the kawasan lapang, then why not? Because it need to ask the client. Macam saya, contoh saya lah jadi client, I have my skin problem. I cannot expose to sun actually. Sebab tu when I do exercise also, either early morning, kalau saya tertidur dah pukul 6:30 pagi, saya tak keluar dah. Or late night, you know. So we need to check with the group whether they are okay doing it outside. And third one, dengan buat aktiviti-aktiviti di luar daripada bilik itu, bagaimana keselamatan. Macam contohnya kalau penjara memang tak boleh lah. Kalau bilik itu sahajalah penjara, CCRC, AEDK, all these correctional clients kat sana sahaja. Okay, kalau macam dengan kanak-kanak semua-semua tu, kita kanak-kanak lagi lah, kita boleh bawa dia pergi padang, tapi dia kanak-kanak ni licik and kalau dua facilitator mampu tak jaga 12 orang? So macam tu. Boleh, bukan tak boleh, but again ask the group and facilitator need to think wisely bahawa sesuai atau tidak. Okay. Any other question? So far boleh ke ikut saya atau saya terlalu laju? Kan?
Boleh
Ya, doktor.
Very general in the sense that topics are, are not that in depth yet. So I think we are okay yet.
I'm just giving you very general so that saya nak anda faham apa tu group.
Yes, doctor.
Nanti when time goes, I'll slowly come. Just be with me. Saya akan bawa sikit. I don't want to put everything, I don't junk everything into your mind and you find that, oh, susahnya, you know. And congratulations for the Indians. Ayu, perkataan ayu telah didaftarkan di dalam Oxford Dictionary. Sebagai salah satu perkataan yang dikenal pasti sebagai universal word.
Do you know, Doctor, do you know what ayu comes from where?
Yeah, I know. That's why I got shocked when Oxford University quoted. I feel like, ayu, do
Yeah,
you know?
okay. This correct. Just to share with the team, the ayu is actually the what do you call, the wife name of the Lord Yama.
Yeah, malaikat yang mencabut nyawa tau. So,
Bini ni nama ayu.
yeah. Jangan like Oxford dah masukkan dalam dictionary, semua started say ayu ayu we believe that ayu adalah nama isteri malaikat yang mencabut nyawa tu. Jadi tak tentu pasal you sebut ayu ayu, dia terasa you panggil isteri dia, he will come and disturb you then. Tak sampai masa pun dia bawa kita pergi. I don't know why at once upon a time, maybe once upon a time, they would have like pronounced nama Ayo ni sebab selalunya kalau kita nak macam nak something kita go through menerusi female, isteri orang tu atau ibu orang tu. Mungkin masa malaikat nak cabut nyawa tu ada orang panggil Ayo, tolonglah, you know, I need my husband or I need my father or mother, you know. So at that situation, people think that ayu boleh digunakan untuk ketika macam express feeling, menyesal or something like that. The wrong interpretation become like everybody started using over the years, but dekat now Oxford Dictionary recognized it and put it in the dictionary. I was like, I don't know which Indian allowed this, but anyway, nowadays people want a popularity, so they don't mind doing anything to get the sake of the name. So even the Indian knows the real meaning pun, just because they want to say, oh, I managed to, you know, park one of a word in Indian dictionary and this all the pride, everything goes to me. If they want to feel that momentum, mungkin dia tak buat lah. Kalau saya sendiri, saya tak galakkan actually.
Actually, Doctor, the word ayu is not encouraged among Indians to use because it brings out the negative energy.
Yeah.
And it's a negative sound. That's why they ban it. That's why they give the name to the Lord Yama's wife because they want to create fear in people not to use that sound.
Yeah.
In sound therapy, this is the word ayo, it doesn't have. So it's something like more towards that kind of reason. And now becomes popularity. Now wearing black in among the certain race become acceptance. Last time black is only for funeral, bad things. So the culture and tradition and the ways of thinking is changing. So people have accepted all the abnormal norms become normal norms now.
Yeah, that's why the world is the other way around. We are getting a lot of unwanted trouble, you know. But that's why I love to have this elderly people at home. Like we can't tolerate sometimes, but they are right at time. Like my mom disagree. Even bake cake pun nak taruh cherry, buah cherry warna hitam pun dia tak galakkan. So no blacks in my house, painting ke, kami beli ke. So I have this only one sari that I bought because I'm dealing with correctional officers. So when I'm going out with them, or to court or for some cases, I have one black only. Some funeral, the rest of the time I don't have black colors. I cannot buy. No doubt, I can take my own decision, but it's just the respect to the belief system that family had been developed so long. And I find that, with sebab not only the belief system, in color therapy, black observe all sort of energy. So when we are using black, dia cepat tangkap energy yang negatif compared to positive. Alright. So kalau cerah, dia energy itu dia pantulkan balik. So
and one more thing, Doctor. Whatever color you're wearing actually transfers the what do you call the stage of your emotion on that particular day, you know.
Correct.
So that's why people come. That's why in the group therapy sometimes you can see people come in with certain colors constantly. These are all non-verbal languages that you can pick up in the group therapy. Am I right, doctor?
Yeah, not because they know color black tu saya sedih, tapi the body reaction automatically go and picked up the color.
Correct.
When they are sad, when they are happy, the body reactions.
Hmm.
And it happened to me because macam contohnya when I was in one of the kursus, they say, what is your favorite color? Then everybody write their favorite color. Then the therapy, I mean the person who conducted the session, they say, okay, today I would never say anything. You go back, open your cupboard, I see what type. Look at the entire clothes in your cupboard. Okay, list down what are the most colors that you have. When I listen, and saya tulis sebab memang saya tak suka green langsung, you know. The Indian has the astrology count. According to the astrology count, my favorite and my good luck macam bawa rezeki punya color green. And I never buy green, but when I open my cabinet, I have the most colors that I have is green. People from overseas or whoever wanted to send a gift or whatever, they send green to me. I don't know why. Then I found that actually my passion is towards green. And whenever I go to shops, saya memang akan kata my real self, I would say that no green. Tapi pergi dekat kedai, warna macam saya suka putih dan biru kan, the combination wouldn't that attractive. Oh, kalau ada pun baju tu koyak sikit lah apa. So end of the day, I'll be end up buying something with green. Walaupun sikit tu mesti ada green. Then I found that actually I said real self tu salah. Yang saya kata tak suka green tu ideal self. I am rejecting the reality. My real self is, my inner ni memang dia suka green. Saya yang jadi sangat degil kata, oh I don't like green. Now then I realize all this, I started living with the real self. See, no, it's, you know, we need to move on with. Kalau tidak, we'll be in conflict of interest, you know. Itu yang membawa stress pada kita.
Correct.
Okay, ada apa-apa tambahan?
Satu lagi Dr. Ahmad lagi. Sorry, tanya soalan. Bolehkah isu-isu perkahwinan dan keluarga dimasukkan dalam kaunseling kelompok?
Boleh, tapi kita kena tengok kalau kita dah panggil husband and wife, consider dua orang kan, kita satu dia dah kira kelompok, you know. Kalau kita nak macam husband wife, like pasangan, sebab marriage counselling saya tak pernah buat, and saya takkan buat lah, dia susah sikit, you know. I don't know whether it's going to be, I can imagine that they'll be end up fighting actually.
Yes.
Yeah.
Doktor, dia marriage counts. Oh, sorry, Ahmad. Yes, go. Ahmad, continue.
Silakan Tuan. Continue Ahmad.
Yelah, sebab melibatkan dua individu, sometimes melibatkan in-law, anak, that's jadi dah ramai kan doktor?
Ya. Yeah. Kalau kita buat kelompok dalam untuk satu keluarga itu boleh lah kan, boleh lagi. Compare tu kita ambil pasangan A, suami isteri, pasangan B, suami isteri. Itu yang saya tak dapat imagine how we going to conduct unless kita ambil semua isteri, semua suami. Then okay kot. Tapi kalau dah pasangan-pasangan macam tu, saya takut nanti dia bergaduh. Yes, carry on Puan Norida.
Kalau just satu pasangan suami and isteri, that one kita panggil couple counselling tu kan doktor?
Couple counseling, yes.
Just dua orang saja. Tapi macam doktor cakap lah, tak pernah ada lagi yang kita call macam partner, tapi macam 5 group of partner, something like that, macam tu lah.
Sarida, just correction. Kalau suami isteri, couple counselling. Kalau satu suami dengan 4 bini, it's no more couple counselling. It become group counselling.
I don't know.
Group counselling.
I raise up both hands that I have no experience in this counselling.
One husband with 4 wives become group counselling.
Itu doktor, I fikirkan yang if banyak wife, tak ada masalah. Bagus, citizen. Hebat.
Tak, berdesak maybe tak semua yang 4 wife tu ada masalah. Mungkin yang seorang dia bahagia, seorang dia problem kan.
This is from the expert man. I don't know lah. Maybe Jai know better lah.
I'm not married yet.
That's why.
But let me tell you, I have this share my experience lah. Selalunya yang poligami punya all this history kan. Dia contohnya ada satu case, I don't want to say the name lah. He's a well-known person, a good ustad from Kelantan. There are some Kelantan here. But interview di TV3 tu, all the 4 wives are so delicate and they live together, you know, that kind of situation tau. Tapi rupa-rupanya ada seorang tu panggil buat telecounseling dengan kami. Is that person actually? Depan orang they're happy. But then every woman, they say they cannot share their husband. That is reality-nya. So even bila kami sembang yesterday, you know, Pakistan punya conference, and they were talking about like polygamy and everything, and they were asking about, yeah, what your opinion? I'll say, I'm sorry, I'm not rejecting polygamy, but my real self, I am a woman that saya wanita kedekut, saya tak boleh bahagikan kasih sayang suami. Jadi itulah saya, real self saya. Dia kata macam tu, dan semua gelak. Dia kata, oh doktor bukan kedekut, doktor baik hati. Oh, that doesn't mean that I'm agreeing to the, you know, polygamy. Saya baik hati ke, buruk hati ke, when it comes to this, nak bahagikan suami tu saya tak erti nak bahagikan macam mana. Jadi tak usahlah. Kalau nak
Kalau baik hati tu dia rela nak kongsi.
Yeah, that's why. That is the main point actually. They're trying to, you know, another way of Malaysia-Pakistan collaboration. Beside being keynote and special guest, you know, dia nak tambah lagi. Kata, okay, I say nantilah lockdown nanti. Saya dah escape 2 tahun. Last year dia ajak saya pergi Pakistan for conference tu. So lockdown. Okay, this year dia kata, are you vaccinated? Can you travel? What is your country say? I say, my country strictly closed down border. Maybe next year. So every year I post to next year and next year and next year. Tapi masa conference tu saya cakap yang macam tadi saya katalah. Yeah, like a politician, I said, it's a fantastic conference, you know, good collaboration between Pakistan and Malaysia. Cakap macam tu. Tapi padahal, I kata, I janji I will step into your country one day. I love to see. But Pakistan is a beautiful country anyway, you know. But then fikirkan of these people who is dah tanya soalan to, you know, adakah saya, what do I think about polygamy? Adakah saya sanggup? You know, all those stuff. Now like, I was like yesterday, too bad to say, I'm sorry, I did this COVID, please prolong for another 2 weeks. 2 years. I'm so sorry. I did that after the conference. I was like, oh my God, COVID, please for another 2 years. You know? So at least saya ada jangka masa untuk, they will find somebody else kot, kan, dalam 2 years tu. Okay. Yeah. So let me tell you, even Muslim women, not everybody ready for polygamy or to share the husband's love lah. This is in reality depan tu mungkin dari segi agama semua tu dia try to be ideal self. They try to be sebaik-baik yang mungkin sebab people are watching. But under one roof, most of them are in depression. They just can't take it. Let me share this experience in my correctional Sintok class. We were discussing, kita ada seorang police officer tapi dia ala-ala ustad. All these police officer lah, yang seorang lagi tu DSP, female. Lepas tu, then we have case studies correctional ni. So case studies tu bincang-bincang, then we came on tangkapan, on berzina, ataupun macam kalwat, semua tu lah. Then they said, actually doktor, tak adalah kami every malam pergi guna teropong tu tengok siapa masuk rumah mana. All this based on the call and people give us complaint only, you know. Jadi kami pun ada banyak kerja juga, you know. So Then we go into dia bagi option lah. Kalau dah macam tu, kalau Muslim, kalau non Muslim, kita ajak dia daripada hukuman-hukuman tu, kita bagi option nak kahwin tak, okey kita kahwinkan. Kalau mereka setuju. Kalau dah ni, kalau boleh poligami macam tu. There are options we give also supaya macam kita nak jaga juga air muka and also macam dia kata, yeah, and it also like we want to form a new family, a correct family lifestyle. Then I said, yeah, I also heard sometimes kawasan saya ada ustaz bagi ceramah and all those stuff. Saya terdengar juga, and dia ustaz kata dari masjid tu, okay, wanita kalau suami dah suka, tolong bagi kebenaran, anda akan masuk syurga, anda akan direstu, semua tu. Suddenly this police woman yang dah kahwin tu, oh bukan saya wanita tu doktor. She is Muslim lady, but she says, oh bukan saya doktor, saya akan preach. Saya akan bagi tahu wanita lain tak apa, polygamy is one of our concept in Muslim. Tapi when it comes to my husband, sorry, saya tak share. Kata, aduh, ini ceramah untuk for public aja kan? Dia kata, yes. So, what I'm trying to say here is not all women agree with us. Okay, so don't think whatever we are seeing is all green. But under that one roof baru kita tahu what is going on. So when it comes to, come back to the topic of kalau orang tu poligami, kita nak buat group counselling tu, imagine kalau satu lelaki 4 orang wife, kita nak buat group counselling, macam mana perempuan tu gaduh kan? Gaduh satu. Dia akan ada pasif dan aktif. Selalunya yang agresif tu yang pertama. Because dia mempunyai hak mutlak. Okay. Yang macam dia selalunya di antara the sulung dan bongsu tu lah. Yang tengah-tengah ni dia akan jadi pasif. So dalam grup tu dia akan ada orang yang paling agresif dan orang yang paling pasif tau. So how we going to deal with it? Another thing that I never done and I won't do again is marriage counselling. Whoever doing marriage counselling, you are great. I don't think so. Saya tak train, saya tak focus. My studies is not in there. So I cannot do. Tapi indirectly saya pernah buat untuk kawan saya, you know. Dua ini nak divorce tu, itu nak divorce tu. Kawan saya akan ajak saya duduk KFC, suami dia jerit dekat sini, isteri dia jerit dekat sini, lepas tu dah jerit-jerit, okey jom balik, duduk balik, aku jalan kaki balik rumah. It's like, what? You know, at least buy a dinner plate KFC for me lah. Orang dah duduk dengar dia orang punya bertengkar 2 jam. This was like whenever I'm in 20s in working with the NGO. That's why you cannot do counselling with orang yang kita mengenali. This is what will happen, you know. But end of the day, they use psychoanalysis punya approach ko. Dia datang sembang-sembang, lepas tu dia pergi. Dia gaduh tau. Dulu tu memang gaduh. Dia kata, aku nak ceraikan ni. Lepas tu lah dia kata, dah jom balik-balik. Aku dah hati aduh. That moment I decided I cannot be a marriage counselor. I just don't understand this couple. Sebab tu couple ni kena kata bercerai. I don't trust them. Leave them to themselves. Dia akan gaduh, dia akan berbaik. Dia akan gaduh, dia akan berbaik. This is the life of every rumah tangga kot. Dia guna ceraian, perkataan cerai itu untuk menakut-nakutkan pasangan dia. Itu sahaja. Dia tak ada berniat. I like the way the Muslim tetapkan yang talak satu, kalau dah cakap cerai tu kan, consider macam dah keluarkan talak. Am I right? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Ya, betul.
So I like that way sebab nanti tak adalah pasangan tu kerap kata I nak ceraikan you, I nak ceraikan. Kalau the non-Muslim, they use this word as a threaten, you know, to another pasangan. I nak ceraikan you, I nak ceraikan. I don't use this kind of negative vibrations lah, you know. Kalau tak suka, tak sukalah.
Doktor,
Ya.
usually yang cakap tu, kalau banyak kali cakap tu nak minta cerai ke apa, perempuan lah, wife lah kalau marah. Tapi in our Muslim punya procedure, that's why kita letakkan power tu dekat lelaki. So lelaki yang kena cakap, perempuan, kalau perempuan yang cakap banyak kali dia tak happen. Sebab perempuan dia more emotional.
Doktor,
Marah.
kalau
Kalau
talak pada perempuan 1 hari 5 kali cerai.
Oh, jadi kalau perempuan cakap
hari-hari
tak ada
suami
lah
kena cerai.
Boleh, lelaki
Tak
saja.
ada, lelaki
Dia
saja.
tu.
Okay, this is unfair, isn't it? This is unfair. Okay, perempuan, tolong bagi tahu Ustaz. We also need to have that same power and control. Kita cakap pun. Sebab tu bila kita guna that word, lelaki tak takut dengan kita kan? Dia kata, oh dia tu main bebel. Okay, alright. So anyway, that's a
Tapi
little...
woman have our right juga, which is kita boleh pergi dekat pejabat agama. Let's say kita macam tak ada dapat nafkah ke ataupun kena tinggal dengan suami and so on. So kita ada kita punya hak juga, tapi dia tak panggil untuk lafaz cerai itulah.
Okay.
Kita
Tapi
fasa
macam
lah.
mana hak kita pun, dunia ini dimonopoli oleh lelaki puan. Aku tak tahulah nak cakap apa. Biar happy lah. Biar mereka happy lah. May God bless them lah. Kalau tak setuju-setuju pun, kalau Kedah lari pergi Danok. Nasib baik COVID tau. Sebab tu domestic violence meningkat. Kalau tidak sikit-sikit pergi Danok. Lepas tu nikah kat sana balik sini tau.
Yeah.
Hai. Banyak cases macam tu.
Tapi,
Pening.
tapi doktor nak nikah senang, nak cerai susah nanti because kat sana kan?
Tak register kat Malaysia.
Kat register.
Tak. Apanya nak cerai? Benda tak didaftar, tak declare langsung. Misal macam tu je lah.
Problem doktor, if ada anak semua, pembagian harta.
Itulah, dia tak boleh claim lah dari segi harta. Tapi nak kalau macam nak dapat hak dia ke atau nak cerai, nak berpisah tu, dia pun just pisah macam tu kan. Tak adalah nak go through any legal procedure kan.
Dia kena saman doktor sebab tak guna yang Malaysia punya ni.
Alah, berapa orang aja you all guna teropong tengok saman.
Ada table.
Macam polis kata, kami tak guna teropong bab ni doktor. Dia kata macam tu. Betul juga kan. Anyway, as long they are happy lah. As long you're happy, everybody happy. I have no comment in marriage counselling because that is not my territory. I'm so sorry. My territory is criminal counselling. Worst come worst, I'll go child and I'll go youth counselling. Beyond that, okay, now we go little bit into pendekatan yang kita boleh guna dalam sesi counselling adalah modelling approach. Modelling approach tu kita sebagai facilitator dan juga group menjadi role model for that session. Apa jua yang tertera dalam matlamat dan objektif kita kena tampilkan, kita kena praktis. Kalau kita sendiri tak praktis, then group itu tidak akan setuju pada kita. Contohnya kan, kalau kita datang pejabat kita, pemimpin, kita kena dress up. Baju rasmi kita, baju kita iron, kita kena neat, nampak kemas. Kalau kita nak kata anak buah kita tu tak kemas, kita kena kemas dulu lah. Kalau tidak, dia akan kata dia sendiri cakap macam tu, tengok baju dia tak iron, dia suruh aku iron baju aku kan. So that is what role modeling. And di bawah role modeling ini, kita boleh practice banyak exercises, approaches. So exercise ini terpulang kepada kreatif dan inovatif masing-masing. Okay. Macam kalau saya kalau ice breaking tu, saya pernah guna musical chair. Tapi untuk satu jangkauan tu, I give limitation of 10 minutes. Kalau youth ni saya guna macam mat rempit, gaya-gaya macam mat rempit, dia vroom supaya tu boost up their energy, you know. The ketua kelompok boleh menggunakan pendekatan-pendekatan exercise ini untuk tujuan bangkitkan suasana keterlibatan to bring back the group energetic supaya mereka dapat fokus, mereka dapat aktif, mereka dapat membuat membuat keadaan tu ceria kembali. And group observing, sometimes kita boleh bring in kumpulan lain ataupun orang lain untuk observe group tu, tapi dengan syarat group tu setuju. Kalau tidak pun kita ada glass door selalunya. Kalau group bilik counselling yang proper dia ada glass door, mungkin mentor kita ke apa dia boleh monitor tanpa pengetahuan group. Kalau pengetahuan group, kita kena macam contohnya kami supervision, my students dekat sekolah tu, dia akan bagi tahu dia punya klien tu, my penyelidik akan datang, apa yang ada bincang tu di sini-sini sahaja, kita tidak akan bocorkan rahsia. So once they setuju, baru mereka akan buat lah. Kalau tidak, we'll do the glass door punya observation. Okay, brainstorm di sini, apa jua perkara yang kita nak utarakan atau masalah, kita bincangkan, kita brainstorm each other. Okay, dia bukan daripada kuasa mutlak. Okay, dia bukan individu punya decision. Okay, norming di sini, okay, we will see norming, storming and norms lebih detail di slide-slide seterusnya. Okay, however, norming di sini lebih kepada kekitaan. Okay, kita understand the group. Contohnya macam tahap pertama, ketua kelompok akan menyatakan pada grup masalah ataupun isu secara kasar dengan dinyatakan sekali pendekatan penyelesaian bagi masalah tersebut. So we feel that the group, what the group should do in the first stage. Second stage, ahli kelompok diminta berkongsi idenya dengan rakan. Okay, apa jua yang kita suruh dia fikirkan, kemudian dia perlu kongsi. Bila dah kongsi, lepas tu perlu dibincangkan, senaraikan, okay, masalah-masalah utama dan bincangkan. Okay, these are the steps you can read. Okay, when we are talking about pendekatan synetics, synetics di sini lebih kepada membuat penganalisaan atau isu yang diketengahkan. Kita macam kind of interpretation, tapi interpretation ni bukan mengikut pendapat sendiri. The group, again group, we are going back to the group. We will ask them to, what do you think about, what do you bukan think, understand about this. And lagi satu, when we are doing counselling, tak kira individu atau group, do not use the proper I understand your situation, saya faham masalah anda. We can never faham masalah anda, mark my word. Normally kita akan guna ini, I've read in many books, tapi I will never use, in my experience I will never use, can never anybody understand the problem, somebody's problem. What we need to do is, saya cuba memahami keadaan dia, saya cuba memahami masalah ni ya, right? Membantu saya memahami keadaan ni ya. These are the proper word that we supposed to use. Okay, dan jangan bagi janji-janji kosong seperti saya akan membantu, saya akan cuba menyelesaikan masalah. No, saya akan cuba membantu dalam membantu anda melihat kepada masalah yang anda hadapi. Always remember, we are helping them to see, look back into their problem, not helping them to solve the problem. We are not the people to solve the problem. So perkataan-perkataan macam ni, please be careful. And written projection can be something that masa aktiviti kumpulan tu dia boleh macam melukis ke, buat poem ke, tulis ke, aktiviti-aktiviti macam contohnya kita kata how do you feel, dia boleh tulis dalam cerita atau lukis, kita bagi alat-alat tersebut pada mereka. Okay, so that they akan simpan atau kita boleh tolong simpankan untuk mereka. Towards the end of the day, kita, that is the bukti to see whether emotion dia came to keberkesanan. That means daripada marah turun sikit atau marah masih marah. Okay, that's why kalau dalam group saya always do something that ada bukti. Lukis ke, mewarna ke, menulis ke, you know, anything. And selalunya group counselling ni kalau 2 minggu sekali just nice. Seminggu sekali sangat rapat. Okay, they might not have time to do their homework kalau kita bagi homework. Kalau 2 minggu sekali just nice. Kalau sebulan sekali too long, they might have tendency to forget whatever we discuss. Okay, now, okay, all this anda boleh baca. Any other question? Done. Okay, done. Any question?
No, doctor.
Sudah lapar semua kan. Saya janji habis pukul 1 but I took like 40 minutes.
Yes, interesting stories, doctor.
Yes, yeah. I bring in a lot of stories. Saya akan, you need to bring me back. Kalau tidak, saya satu-satunya pensyarah akan mengelilingi dunia and then
Yes.
come back to you.
It's okay, Doctor. Thank you for sharing your
First,
experience and
first day,
story.
okay, doctor. First day, okay. Tomorrow we'll bring you back. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, okay. Tomorrow, don't worry. Saya saya akan bercakap kurang sikit. Besok my students punya. Ni kan 10:30 tu you can observe.
How long is
10:30.
the student 1 hour, doctor?
1
Right?
hour, 1 hour 30 minutes.
Okay, okay, good, doctor.
Sebab group kan. And then you'll see how kita akan discuss. You can ask questions in that group. Then I'll ask them to be ready also for all your questions.
What is talk to tomorrow about the individual assignment, doctor? The group assignment we know.
Can after kita anda tengok that group tu,
Okay.
and maybe you can discuss. Lalunya anda ada satu group WhatsApp bersama pensyarah dan satu group WhatsApp asing. Pensyarah tak ada dalam group tu sebab kod-kod nak kutuk ke apa ke kan. So you discuss in that group and then you can come back to me also.
We don't have that kind of group, doctor. We terus
You will have after this. Don't.
We terus kutuk with the lecture.
Kita tak mengutuk, doktor, kita memuji lagi.
Dalam group tu terus kutuk kita tak ada masalah, doctor. We are very open.
Do lah whatever. But after this, I think you will have. I don't know. After this, you might have. Anyway, after that group presentation besok tu,
Yes, doctor.
kita akan start decide lah. So they will come in at 10:30. So maybe anda nak mula 9:30 pun boleh. 9:30 to 10:30 I'll run one chapter. 10:30 to 11:30. 11:30 dia akan habis dalam 12. Discussion will be 1 hour plus 1 and then prolong pun 2 lah. So kalau it's up to you, nanti discuss and PM dalam group ya.
Okay, okay.
And so far, okay, like this. Let me tell you that is about that assessment. The first assessment maybe anda boleh mula buat. Okay, the first assessment is article review. Try to find satu article on group counselling. Tak kira siapa subjek, alcohol ke, child ke, family counselling ke apa, try to find and start doing article review for the first assignment. And anda boleh hantar end of October, that assignment.
Sorry, doctor. I mean, maybe some of us are still new. When you say do an article review, what are the elements you expect in the review, doctor?
Okay. Dalam article review tu, I think rubrik article review saya dah bagi dalam online learning anda. Double check and let me know. Kalau tidak, nanti saya akan masukkan. Anyway, when anda pilih satu artikel, dalam tu dia akan komponen, dia ada beberapa subtopik, abstract, pengenalan. Macam tadi anda tengok saya punya kan, ada methodology. So summarize according to the subtopic and towards the end, add your view about the entire session, entire topic of discussion.
Our comments, our...
Yeah.
Yes.
It can be English, it can be in Malay, no problem.
Tapi doktor, yang research tu bukan yang, yang artikel tu bukan research punya artikel yang doktor?
No, journal, artikel journal yang macam saya kata macam tu lah.
Okay.
No, the question is asking, is it a concept paper or research paper asking?
Anything, but as long it's a group. Group counselling.
Doctor,
is there a page limit?
No page limit. And if you can find a article without concept paper and if they have treatment better, at least when you're reading you can understand lah, kan?
Repeat.
With treatment, without concept paper, better. Sebab bila kita baca tu kita akan dapat dia punya idea sikit.
Okay.
Tapi kalau you have one concept paper, why not?
Okay.
So far I've done like 35 article writing, publication journals. I only did like 2 concept paper, you know. Don't know lah, bukan kata salah atau apa, tapi most of the academician they don't actually respect orang concept paper ni. And concept paper ni kita cuma nak park idea kita to get the copyright by publishing it sebab kita takut orang lain curi idea kita. Especially PhD student when kita ni pergi discuss dengan ramai-ramai orang kan. Jadi kita takut dia akan gunakan idea kita, so that kita park dulu. Park macam mana publish pun masih juga guna idea kita kan. So what to do? Never mind lah. Tak apalah.
Okay, Doktor.